baby's doing my big soul. What's up, y'all? I love you. Y'all gave me some energy, so I came back on here to check on y'all and tell you that I love you. Hit that like button on the way in the door. What's up, boo-boo? You got the music on repeat. What's up, y'all? She's hooking mommy up. I ain't going nowhere but to bed, but it's still fun. Maybe I'll meet somebody in my dreams. Hell yeah. One of my baby's many talents. Makeup, y'all. You guys like how the song turned out from last night? Wasn't that song like on lock from a vid moment? What's up, y'all? How is everyone? I hope everyone is doing epically epic. I'm thirsty as hell. What's up, y'all? That's right, Leslie. Tell him, hit that like button on the way in the door. Open your eyes. Open them. All the way like this. Alright. Yeah. We're not done yet. Open your eyes. Next level up, going on, ya. I'm gonna monetize your pride, boy. Close your eyes. Sorry. Drink my cup. I do too. I'm at home. Nowhere special. Just dancing in the room with my demons. What better place to be? What's up, y'all? Y'all like that? We created that last night, y'all. You like it? If you weren't here last night, you missed out. You really missed out.
Thank you so much.
We got a hit. What? Blinking?
Yeah, blinking is making it travel. close your eyes normally. Careful.
Oh boy, until you're regretted. That's right. Remember when I said it? Oh boy, until you're regretted. That's right. Just remember when I said it. What?
You're squinching your eyes, making a mess up shit. Alright, open your eyes with me. You got my ugly eye messed up. Guys.
Makeup's too much work.
I agree.
So you agree natural's better?
I just do it because it's fun.
What are you doing, Joy? Here. Where you at? Give them a reading while they do my makeup. I see it, baby. That's your picture.
Mom says to give them a reading while she's getting her makeup done. Hold on. Yeah, I messed up a lot. I can start over.
I think you did a great job. I love your style.
Okay, wait, at least let me make them matching shades at least.
Yeah, if that's what you like, then yeah, I
Okay.
trust you. You don't have to do it like everyone else. You can make your own style.
I wasn't trying to do like anyone else, I was trying to copy what I usually do.
Yeah, I think you did a good job. No matter what I did, you me I stand.
That looks good on the eyeshadow.
you just got a little nervous. You did good. I love it. I ain't gonna wear it no more, but I love it.
Thanks.
I mean, you did good though. I mean, I'll wear it again. Okay.
I am sorry for messing up your face live.
No, I want you to. I don't think you messed up. I think you did a great job.
I think I should have practiced more.
No, I
But
think
hey,
you did a
practice
great
makes
job.
perfect.
I think putting us live, it puts pressure on you, and then you'll just amp up your skills. You did good.
This is really amping up.
You did really good. Don't be so hard on yourself.
I mean, hey, you are your own worst critic.
Yeah, don't be a critic. I think you did a great job. No matter what I did, you missed it. You did good. What, babe? What are you doing? What is your story?
Careful. I guess we're good now. Could have been better, but
What's up with this eye?
here, let me just do this one over.
Okay. Yeah, because it's like, help me!
Close your eyes for a second. There you go.
Better.
What's up with that? Okay.
Got it?
Uh-huh. Close your eyes. Okay.
What are you doing? Good job. Well, there. No matter what I did, you missed it. Flawless. Did she do good, huh?
Here, put some of this on so your lips won't dry up. Put that on first.
Yeah. Dry as hell. I like my natural color better.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any nudes. I should get some though.
Oh, it's my natural color.
Let me see.
No matter what I did, you missed it.
Yes? Okay. Here comes some pictures.
Thanks. You gonna read for us? We're gonna have a read for us. Hold on. Words and indigo and a star seed. I love the new song, y'all. I'm gonna have Joy drop us some chords real fast. Oh boy, you'll regret it. That's right. Remember when I said it? Oh boy, you'll regret it. I know, right? I look. I already booked an appointment to get to the studio ASAP. Everybody's cutting songs right now. She's gonna give us a message. No matter what I did, you missed it. Once was mine, but now I get it. I love this. Y'all, we cut this from last night, like on some straight up detoxing with these energies coming through. What? Really? Yeah. The energies are coming through hard, huh? And we're coming through another wave. And I'm telling you, it hit me hard. And there was no shame in my game at all. I was like, I'm not a brick, y'all. I'm really humane. It's all good. Y'all, thanks for being there for your girl last night. Because as you can see, we got a hit, y'all. We got a hit. But we're going to take that to the studio and shout it out to all people all over the globe who have had to go through drama. I don't know all the words yet. No matter what I did, you missed it. That's why once was mine, but now I get it. Though your lack of love was cold, watch my bounce back, steal your show. I know my next level up gon' haunt ya. I'm in my zone now, I don't want ya. And all the pain I've held inside, now I'm gon' monetize your pride. Whoa, boy, you'll regret it. That's right. Just remember when I said it. Whoa, boy, you'll regret it. That's right. Remember when I said it. All of my efforts you dismissed them, and your ego side showed you subliminals. Visual stage boy, have your show. As I applaud your clowning role. No matter what I did, you missed it. That's right. I'm so glad didn't let you hit it. And though this pain was such a blow, watch my bounce back be just cold. Boy, you'll regret it. That's right. Remember when I said it. Boy, you'll regret it. That's right. Remember when I said it. All this love I have, you missed it. You missed it. All this love I have, you missed it. You missed it. Boy, bye. Told you I was gonna add that at the end. We squeezed it in there, y'all. Did we not? We love it. We love it. I love it. Thank you for your vibrations, y'all. We got that in there, did we not? We were just like freestyling last night. I love y'all little notes with the background popping. That's right, y'all. Boy, bye. Bye, boy. You know what I love right now? Is the fact that we're able to purge and come into our power and just stand in our own autonomy and to recognize just who we are and what we deserve in love, especially for those of us who have children to be examples of, and to not only be the examples of our children and show them what love truly is and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, but mainly being in that place to where we teach them not to look for love outside of themselves, but be the example so we can show them how to do that. And it's not an easy road, but at the same time, it's a necessary road, especially because our parents didn't do that work. Their parents didn't do that work. Their parents didn't do that work. As you can see, we all had to go through our own little purge. But to know that we're blazing the trail for them, yeah, they grew up so super fast. It's not even funny. But I feel just like so empowered right now, y'all. Like, okay, I know, first of all, do you not like my book cover? The book is like, I have a couple more edits to do for the book. And although I put out the release for spring, it's actually going to be finished before then. But, and for those of you who've already bought your pre-sales for the copies, you're in for a treat. You're actually going to get your books earlier than everyone else. And I'm just like really, really excited because the book, yeah, it don't only look great, child. It's great. Like, I'm telling you, my guides, ancestors, they gave me so much science and knowledge to put in that book. Like, I can't even share it with y'all though. I can't share it until after the book is released. It will blow all your minds. And what's so profound about the entire book, what's so profound about the entire book is when you're merging good with bad, when you're merging darkness with light, and then to see the different controversy that's already on it, and so many people are just like, what the fuck, and hell no, and who the hell you think you are, and you can already see the dislikes on it. It's just people are just so closed-minded to anything that's other than what it is that they know, and this is why we all missed it, because it was right there in our face the whole time. And the things that they have shared with me regarding the book itself is just so profound. It's like, it's very necessary and needed though for the new earth, for the new world. It's so necessary because we have always been taught to either 100% look in the dark or 100% look in the light. So to actually have an opportunity to be able to merge both of them, but to merge both of them in essence for our highest good, priceless. So, and especially during a time where the entire world is cleansing and purging and finding balance within themselves as well as without of themselves. Matter of fact, so many of us have been so used to looking for balance outside of ourselves, but then to be able, for me to be in a place where, oh my gosh, when they first gave me this title, I just like went into straight tears for like an hour. Like, really, like, who's worthy of like bringing this science? And from what they share with me in this book, you have to completely come from a place of no fear, because the things that's shared with me is shared from both worlds. It's shared with me from, you know, the dark side as well as the light side, and then the explanation of the dark side and why the dark side has to exist in the essence that it does, as well as the light has to exist in the essence that it does. But then it's the challenge is when we separate it and don't recognize that one is not really grounded without the other. They both need each other, and it makes both of darkness and light, the position of it, very profound, because this is where we all missed it. Everyone is looking at, like, even like for a twin flame stance or example, right? We're looking at it like the twins. We look at maybe like the dark in our twin, or we're looking at our twin's dark side, but then we're realizing that we're actually looking at our own dark side, you know, and we're reflecting each other. We're each other's mirror. And then they're looking at us like, you know, or the light within us, you know, vice versa, just whatever you want to put yourself. And in that space of looking for that specific light, it's like that reflection is also still a mirror. So we're still mirroring each other. We're still doing the same exact thing. It's just a matter of finding that ground, finding that balance, and then being able to come together without feeling the need that one side has to control the other side. One side has to dominate the other side, or one side has to say, well, I'm right and you're wrong because I'm more light and you're more dark, you know, when in essence we're neither without each other. And that's what's so profound about it, is being able to accept each other's gifts, and to accept each other's gifts right where you are. If you're good at the dark, then guide me through the dark. If I'm good at the light, I'm gonna guide you through the light. You know, just let's be in that place of, you know, being that example that we should be without judgment, even within each other, because when we're judging each other, we're actually judging ourselves. And so many people are throwing rocks, but living in a glass house. I really feel that that's the challenge that the whole entire world has run into, is being afraid to face the demons within themselves. And I've always shared with each and every one of you. Hold on, babe. I've always shared with each and every one of you, when I first started using these cards right here, these are my first set of cards right here. If you can see the cards. When my guides first instructed me to get these cards, and I first started sharing these cards within the Twin Flame community, specifically the Twin Flame community. I mean, the tarot community is one thing, but the Twin Flame community is another community. When I first started sharing these cards, and the darkness that is implemented on these cards, and yeah, chemical wedding. When I began to, I didn't even know how to read. I literally just became a reader. I've always channeled or spoke, but the way that I became a reader was I was specifically led by my guides. I hear people all the time talk about how they've been a reader their whole life. You know, they've channeled their whole life. They've been doing this for 10, 20 years. I haven't. I just talked to my guides, and my guides told me what to tell you. And that's just like you could have just started last night. And as long as you're listening to your higher self, you're listening to your guide, they're going to give you messages, especially when you're in alignment to give to those who are supposed to hear your message. It doesn't matter like who's been doing it longer. It doesn't matter. From what I've seen and what I've been shown, those who have been doing it longer, those old keys don't really fit these new locks. And that's where we are all missing it, even, especially when it comes to our children. Because I can say I've been here longer, so I know more than you, when in essence, my child is actually older than me, because she's my ancestor. She's returned in my ancestor's body. She's a starseed, so she knows more than me. And I have to take myself out of that place of feeling that I know everything. And that's one of the main things with this path, is that's how I learned. I didn't know anything. I knew what numbers were. I knew how to break down the meaning of numbers, but what? Okay, hold on. I knew how to break down the numbers, but what they shared with me when I first got these pictures, I was like, I don't know what this is. I remember I took the whole entire thing and I tossed it in the corner, and my guides were like, Nubian, look at the picture and explain the story. What is it that you see? And I would look at the picture and I would just begin to describe the story that I saw. So same thing with you. Whatever your gift is, just, tap into your gifts. Don't feel like, because I'm telling y'all, when I first try to read, just the regular right-away tarot, when I first started trying to read these cards, no, I was calling the Jack, the King, the Queen. No, I had like 20 dislikes and 0 likes on my videos. See that? I would just look at the picture, and my ancestors and my guides, they were just like, just describe the picture. And then when I first started this journey, man, I'm telling you, I was mad at them. I was like, wait, I'm not supposed to be reading cards. You're supposed to be telling me where the hell my twin is at. What do you mean read cards? And they were just like, girl, you gonna listen to us or you gonna follow that boy? And I was like, I'm listening. So, yeah, look at these. This is even the Four of Diamonds. That's the Moon card still. Structure. So basically, we all have so many gifts, and that's one thing that's so even profound about, you know, the astrological community. I have been so fortunate on this journey to even be in a position to be able to level up and raise my vibration as a high priestess, but to not only own our own cryptocurrency, but to be a single mother, coming from a path of homelessness, no family, no one to help me, no one handed me anything, not even the government, couldn't qualify for government benefits, completely became sovereign, expatriated from the system, had nobody to help me at all, except my higher self, except my guides, except my ancestors. And it was actually my twin who introduced the entire concept to me about the ancestors. And I was like, well, what is that? What you mean? You know, because it was time. So when they started having me read the cards, and I got these cards and these pictures, I didn't want to do this. I was not interested in this. I was more interested in trying to find love in the way that I thought that I was supposed to find love. And they were showing me a whole nother way of love. And that's the same thing about this path. We've all been taught to look for love one specific way. But look at that picture. Doesn't that speak volume? See how he's manifesting that rose out of the middle of nowhere, and it's a black rose. You see that? How he's manifesting that? And then you see the skeletons on these pictures too. When I first started introducing these pictures to the twin flame community, Spirit started giving me downloads and giving me messages to start sharing with the twin flame community. And I would share these messages, and I would do like a WordPress account and things of that nature and put out whatever it is that they gave me to say. And so many of the twin flames and the twin flame communities, especially on Facebook, will report me to Facebook jail, and I end up in Facebook jail all the time. And I was like, what the hell? So basically that's when my ancestors and my guides had me come off of Facebook and start posting more on YouTube. But I was already posting on YouTube, but I was more like a little bit, and I was doing more of my stuff more on Blog Talk. But just the fact of, you know, like I was saying, to do music and being a mom, already doing my own news shows, there's so much. It's like just being able to take all of my talent and to put it into one in spite of, instead of feeling like I don't know what I'm supposed to do, you know. But I just followed my guides. Everything that I've done, I give all of my credits to all of my ancestors, my way showers, my guides. I'm telling you, they got jokes. They keep me just in this very happy place and teach me how to be a great mom, teach me how to be a great person, even for you, even for myself. And I just want to continue to just level up, even in getting to know myself. I really feel like I've done myself an injustice. I feel like I've always looked for love outside of myself and trying to get someone else to accept me or to love me or to validate me. And being single, I have learned so much about myself and just how beautiful I am and how loving I am and how anyone would be very lucky to have me. But at the same time, I had to pull back my energy and ask myself, why am I trying to give myself to this person so much? What have they done to even validate, you know, being worthy of my love? And I think that's what all of us have, you know, come into in this lifetime. We've been so used to seeing mom and dad and grandma and grandpa be in a relationship, but in essence, we all missed the fact that it was so important for us to first have a relationship with ourselves. And then once you have a relationship with yourself, if you like the chocolate ice cream and you only have money for chocolate ice cream and you're with your friend or your mate or your partner, doesn't mean that you have to get them vanilla ice cream because you like chocolate ice cream and you're the one with the money. If they level up in their own essence, then they should be bringing their own ice cream to the table. And if you're the only one that's always bringing ice cream to the table and trying to make someone else happy, then there's a challenge right there. So yeah, that's mini me. Can you see the resemblance? We had a little argument the other day about being Puerto Rican and black. It's funny.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, okay, we won't talk about that right now. But I look like you, butterfly? We look like butterflies.
Okay. You want me to start my reading?
Yes, she's gonna start her reading, so she's gonna give us some messages.
If this doesn't make any sense, well, I'm just starting off, okay, guys? If this doesn't make any sense, then...
Well, we don't care if it just doesn't make any sense. We love what you're saying.
Okay. Can you make it face the cards, please?
No, it's not gonna face the cards. So you're gonna have to, like, kind of hold them up.
Okay. So we have some cards reversed and some cards not. So let's get started.
Boy, run to her, you'll regret it. Remember when I said it? Boy, run to her, you'll regret it. That's right. Do you want those cards or you got the right ones?
Someone's lost.
She said someone's lost. You gotta speak up, babe.
Someone's lost. They don't know how to go left or right. They are lost. They don't know how to, like, they're lost. They don't know how to find a way out of the place that they're lost in. That's the first card.
So how did they find their way out?
Questions at the end.
Y'all lost. Follow the birdies. Oh, my bad. There's birdies in the picture, look.
Yeah, I know.
Shouldn't they follow the birdies?
Yeah, but those kind of look like
There's
that.
messengers everywhere.
So the birdies are going the left way. The thing is going this way.
Okay.
Or is it right? No, that's left. Okay. So we have visions of life beyond death reversed. You're not seeing. You're not seeing anything, any answers. You're looking for answers.
Y'all looking for answers? What kind of answers are you looking for?
Questions at the end.
Okay, questions at the end.
So everybody, don't type in chat. Questions at the end, okay? So visions of life beyond death. Number 44. Number 44 and the card things. The story is you don't know when you're going to die. Not just that.
Yeah, speak up.
Not just that. You don't know when you're gonna die. You don't know when. You don't know if you're gonna live. You're just full of. Oh, it's 50%. Okay. Anyways, someone is watching out for you. I would say that is spirit. I forgot the name of this creature. Let me just show you this card first. So, It might be backwards, but that's how cameras do it, so. This is reverse. This is the third card, which is 13.
Okay, hold that. Hold that for me, babe. Hold that so I get this cord. We're trying to help you
Technical
out.
difficulties.
Yeah, because my battery's about to cut everybody off. So hold on.
Boom. Okay. There. Okay. Technical difficulties. Alright, anyways.
Okay, it's like tripping for real. Okay, look, I'm gonna put it back up like this.
And I'm getting from this card. Wait, was this reversed before?
I don't know. You wouldn't let me ask no questions. Remember? Now you want to ask some questions. Questions after the cards, okay?
You're not even reading them. Okay. So sometimes you think there is female version of yourself. Sorry, shelf. Yep, female version of yourself. Okay, female version of yourself in the public. And okay. Female version of yourself. Female version of yourself. And you just need to find more answers. Your spiritual self is between 1 or 2. There's always 2 options.
Okay, hold it still so they can see it.
Sorry, my hands want to take you.
Okay, so read a couple more, and then I'm gonna take over.
Okay, I just have.
I was blind, but now I get it.
7 more left. Do you want me to take at least one out?
Oh, it's up to you.
Not this. Okay.
I have these out for you too.
I use that every.
Okay.
cycle.
All right.
Okay. 6 of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. 3 of Wands reversed. Bring it into form. The number 4 to 1. Oh my god. Okay. Free from judgment. Free from judgment. Free to love.
Okay, what does that mean?
You want to do this one first? Or this one?
No, just finish the one that you're doing, and then we're gonna end with those two.
So I think I'm gonna save the best for last, and I'm gonna do.
Okay, but tell them what that means, though.
Okay. Free from judgment. What this card tells me, you have some M&Ms. Enemies. You have some enemies. And you're having dreams. I remember when I woke up this morning, for some reason, I had a dream. We can talk about it at the end, okay? So, free from judgment to love. You're having dreams, and you have some enemies.
So, what's an enemy?
I'm pretty sure.
tell you what an enemy is?
Huh?
I'm going to tell you what an enemy is.
I know what an enemy is.
What's an enemy?
Enemy is someone who's betrayed you. Not betrayed, but say if you're evil or someone who has betrayed you, that person is not good to you. Or that person is cursing the world if you're evil. So that's an enemy. You have to attack that person and get rid of them. Like,
well,
growl.
that sounds great, beloved, but let me give you a breakdown of what an enemy is.
Okay.
An enemy is a reflection of you. That's a lower vibration of yourself. So that's basically, an enemy means inner me. That's an inner version of you, someone who came along to show you something about yourself that you need to heal. So actually, an enemy is not really evil. It's actually your best friend. That's why they say keep your enemies close, because they're actually showing you what you need to do to get to the next level of the game. Get it?
Get it?
Got it? Good.
Go.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is
Free
the last
from
one.
judgment.
Okay.
Okay. Free from judgment, and we done that one. Free to love. You're escaping from someone who isn't you. Someone is like your soulmate. Not really your soulmate, someone who isn't any part to you. They have treated you wrong. And you need to be more closer to someone who is actually inner you, like your twin flame or your soulmate. Last card, bring it into form. You need to attach all the puzzle pieces together, like in one of her songs, in one of my mother's songs. Congratulations.
You have songs too.
This. I know, I don't have songs, I'm in some of your songs. Okay.
Okay, well, thanks.
Okay, about this.
Okay, so we're about to wrap it up now because I'm about to take over now.
Okay.
And I really appreciate your time.
Bring it to form. Puzzle pieces. You need to put it together.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. That was really good. Thank you very much, you beautiful flower of life.
What about you? You the tree of life.
Yes. And I'm about to give him a breakdown. Thank you. Say bye, everyone.
Bye, Wolf.
Bye, world.
Bye, Wolf.
That was Joy Joy. Oh boy, run to her, you'll regret it. That's why. Remember when I said, just for a little bit. Okay, can you put this chair back? Thanks, appreciate you. All right, it's my turn. Totally Joel. I'm not gonna be on here long, babe.
Gio's rolled around.
I have a date with my dream. Y'all saw me put on my makeup. I have a date with my dream. I'll take y'all with me too when we go to the studio to put this song down. It's gonna be very fun. No matter what I did, you missed it. I was blind, but now I get it. All right, y'all. We're gonna find out what's next for us, because there's so much energies coming in, and it's just shift after shift after shift after shift. So let's find out, like, what's gonna happen within this shift, because I really feel like we're being taken to very serious heights, and I feel like each and every one of us have already stepped into our callings. We've stepped into our reason for beings while we're here. I feel that we thought that we were going to be on this specific path and this specific journey with, you know, maybe we thought we were going to be with twins, or maybe we thought that we were going to be with life partners, but we're finding out that, you know, we are our own life partner. We're finding out that, you know, the flame burns from within us. We're finding out that no matter what's going on within this path, that we must be in a position to accept ourselves with or without anyone by our side, which takes us back to ground zero. I mean, naked we came into this world, and naked we're going to leave this world. So even walking this path alone, so many times you're going to feel naked, and you're going to feel as if you're on your own. But at the same time, that shouldn't be a lonely place. That should be a place where you're fine with that. That should be a place where you're fine with that. And it's not going to be to the point to where let's put it like this, it's not to where you're not going to feel lost and moments of feeling bipolar, or moments of feeling like you're alone, or moments of feeling like, okay, this is heavy because the energies are heavy. And I feel that a lot of times what we have all been witnessing on this journey, especially at this specific point, is not letting go. If we find ourselves in a place where we're still holding on to anything, I don't care what it is, if you find yourself having to, you know, hold on to something and you know, want to do it your specific way, that's when you find yourself in a position to really be going through it. When you're fighting those energies and you're just like, I don't want to do this alone. I don't want to let go. And why do I have to let go? And I thought it was supposed to go a certain way, and then you're finding out that it's, you know, somewhere different. Then you have to accept what you know, constitute the fact of where you are. But my thing, like I always share with each and every one of you, as long as you do your best and you be your best, and you do it with holistic reasons, you do it with reasons that, I mean, we're all called to do light work right now, especially if you're on this channel. You're here to do some type of light work. You're here to help in some way, shape, or form. So if that constitutes you having to be there for someone, and even you may look at it like, I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but my heart is in the right place, and I need to. Thanks, babe, for buying my book. I can't wait either. If you find yourself being in a place where you're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but if you trust your guides, then know that your guides are going to guide you every single step of the way. So we're coming into some times where the times are going to get very deep. The energies are going to get even thicker. The lessons are going to get even more profound. But each and every one of you must keep in mind that you're being specifically positioned to help others that come along, that are going to need your help. So just be willing to, okay, first and foremost, keep yourself in a place where even if you do some type of slight exercise every day, and make sure that you're balancing yourself, you're eating right, you're breathing right. Make sure that you take time out for yourself. That's very important. It's gonna get heavier, y'all. It does not get easier because you did or you did not go into some type of union. As a matter of fact, you're gonna find yourself in harmonious balance no matter what, whether you're doing it by yourself or whether you're with someone. But staying busy is very good. I do so much, but everything I do, it's not work to me. It's my calling. It's my gift. It's things that I love to do. So, I mean, I just jump from one energy to the next, and it's a matter of being patient and operating where you're not operating to where you're operating in fear, and to where you're not so headstrong that you're not grounding your energies and balancing your energies. And then also keep in mind that there is more than one side of communication. There's talking and listening, and no one should be exerting their will over someone else. You may find yourself in the energies right now to where people may have a problem with your power, And if they have a problem with your power, it's because you're triggering them. Something within you is making them feel threatened by your power. Your job is to maintain your position of still staying in a place of harmonious balance and love, and allow the situation to unfold naturally, even to the point to where if someone they completely have a problem learning from you or growing around you, or they feel threatened by you, then you must know that your angels and your guides are not going to let you go through drama with that person. They're going to completely pull that person out of your way. I went to I was gonna do something like for a friend of mine, and I went to go and purchase basically almost like let's just say hundreds of dollars worth of items just to be able to help a specific person, to put specific things around me to help someone, and the car got towed. And the car got towed, and I ended up losing extra money, and then ended up losing more money having to get the car out of tow. I don't even have a car, but my friend who took me, I felt responsible because I had her take me. So I volunteered to pay for the tow, and then spent extra money to purchase supplies to help a specific person, and then found out that it wasn't going to go down. So what was my lesson in that? Energy. It was a matter of me having to my guides actually pull that back, and I'm in acceptance with that. So you'll find yourself also having to go through specific lessons, and no matter how grounded you are and how faithful you are and how dedicated you are, you'll look around and you'll be like, what just happened? You know, because I found myself saying, what just happened? And my guides were completely showing me that energy is truthfully in a place of reciprocity, and at the same time, we're in the energy field right now. We're in the hour where your spirit family, your soul family is around you. We're all around. We're so lucky to have each other. Y'all know we so lucky to have each other. And if you really think about it, think about people that are around you and what's happening in the world. People have not done the type of inner work that we have done, and they have no clue. They don't even have anyone to help them at all. The way we have each other, we can pick up the phone, or you may know one of your spirit sisters or brothers or whatever family on the internet, and you guys can even come to this channel, and you know we feel each other's vibration. We're there for each other. We help each other out. And what's so profound about it is, even like last night when I chimed in, I was like, oh hell no, y'all, you gotta be here for me. I'm always here for y'all. And there was no shame at all, and nothing that I had to shed or vent from, because all it did was cause me to level up, get a song out, put more inserts inside of my book, and go in harder with my guides and my angels, and they gave me more downloads. And it was a matter of me being in a place of accepting, like, wow, like this is a journey, you know, this is the journey, being in a place where you are humble and you're not so proud to accept help. You're not so vain to where you're like, I'm the most spiritual being on the planet. I'm too human to cry, or too, for what? Like, I don't get nothing out of that. If I feel like cussing, I'm a cuss. If you don't like it, then that has nothing to do with me. That's you. Because the only real cuss word is damn. So I don't know who told y'all those were cuss words. I mean, there's so much that we have to deprogram ourselves from, even in the conditions and the ways that we have learned to condition ourselves. And there's so many tools around us. Like my perfect example, even with religions, I don't have a specific religion myself. I'm a very spiritual being, and I take my spirituality very serious. And I did at one time come down a very religious path, but I've also been brought out of that by my angels and by my guides. And then I went on a quest for identity to search out every single religion on the planet. And I've learned that some people do need religions. And at one specific time, I needed a religion. But it was just though a religion is Latin for religion, which means to regulate and bind by. So who's regulating you? What are you bound by that is causing you to step outside of your own power? Religions to me is like having a backpack and putting all these tools inside of a backpack and carrying them with you on your journey. And then there's truth and falsehood and everything. So you pick and choose what is truth and falsehood, and like light and dark and good and bad. You pick that out of the bag whenever you feel fit to pick it out of the bag. It doesn't make it right or doesn't make it wrong just because you have to pick out your tools and use it at a specific time. There's so much that we have blocked ourselves from, and not being in a place or position to allow ourselves to grow. And we stunt our growth by being closed-minded to the signs that are around us, even the little ones that are around us, by putting ourselves in a position of superiority and making ourselves feel like we're more superior than the little ones, or we're more superior. You could have been at your job and you could be like a 60, 70-year-old, 90-year-old senior at your job. And then when someone comes in who just graduated from college, you're just like, well, I've been here longer, so I know more than you. Does that really make you better than the person just because you know more than them? They could be better at the job, even though you may be aware of more. But if you humble yourself, you can learn from everyone around you. And no one has to be a threat to the other person. I can't comprehend when everything is supposed to be innocent till proven guilty. But for some reason, we're living in a society, especially on the twin flame journey, where even with divine masculines, divine feminines, so many of you have found yourself, guilty till proven innocent. You're just like, where'd you get those ideas from about me? Like, that's not even me. Like, if you get to know me and you talk to me, or instead of getting ideas from people who think they know me, I mean, I'm not even from this planet. I'm like a totally different being than anyone you've ever met in your life. And I really feel that people plant seeds within themselves because of their own fears. It has nothing to do with you. So don't take anything personal from anyone at all. Just know that that is part of your lesson as well as a part of their growth. So as long as you don't take it personal, because I recently even had to get to that place where I had to make sure that I wasn't taking everything so personal myself, and accepting my path and accepting where I'm at and accepting what I'm being used for, and why even at times where I felt like I wanted to just give up and say, you know what, two middle fingers up, I'm never ever talking to this person again or dealing with this person again. And my ancestors, my guides, they have told me, specific friends, okay, we need you to cut them off and never ever to speak to them again. And when we tell you not to go down that path no more, we mean it. And they have shared that with me, and I have cut those specific people off. They were just in my life during a specific time. But there's specific individuals that are in my life to where it's like, and my guides are like, no, you're gonna learn this lesson. You're gonna keep them around, see, because I'm like, life path of a 7 anyways, and I'm just that perfectionist, so I'm quick to like go in my own private world and to cut somebody off. And but what I'm learning in essence too is that there's a difference when you cut someone off in a space of it being unhealthy, and there's a difference when you cut someone off in a space where you can't really cut them off because you're running. And even if you did run from them, you're still going to find yourself in a position where you're still going to meet someone else that's going to cause you to learn that lesson. Perfect example. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone and you left that relationship, and then even after you left that relationship, you met someone else completely different, but it was the same exact experience? That's because it's an energy. And because you have not learned the lesson to clear or to purge that energy from out of your path, then you're going to continue. I don't care who you run to, from person to person to person to person, you're going to continue to have the same experience until you purge that energy from yourself. And what's so deep about it, it becomes an illness after a while, because then you begin to blame others around you for the hurt that someone else has caused you, when in essence it's you that have to clear that energy from out of yourself. For example, I saw a meme, and the meme was talking about how, have you ever lost something And everyone around you is a victim. Everyone is like, I know she stole my phone because she was asking about how my phone looks. She even made a compliment about my phone, and your phone is like right there in your back pocket, you know? So it's the same thing about, you know, friends or people that we meet in life. You know, you're just in that place or that position where it's in you, and you have to realize that, you know, what is it about me that I'm doing specific things to myself and attracting certain things to myself. And then when someone else comes around, even if they have right intentions, I may not trust them because of I don't have trust in myself. Or if you've been hurt over and over and over again, and then, you know, what I've just learned, like even on this twin flame path, you can love someone unconditionally. And that's the thing about love has been placed with so many conditions on it, that when true, authentic, holistic love comes along, your sacred half doesn't necessarily trust it because of their specific experience with love along their journey. And then immediately you're mirroring them because you're taking it personal after a while. You're like, all right, you know, I try to love you now. So, I mean, and you know, you're trying to run from it at this point, and your guides, they're not letting you run from it. They're just like, no, that's the point. It's love without conditions. It's true unconditional love. It's undoctrinated, authenticated love. And this is a world that we've stepped into, to where we're in a time where so many people, they don't trust each other. They're not used to that type of love. They're not used to it at all. Why? Because the manipulation and the hurt within their own heart, and being misled, putting yourself in a position of feeling vulnerable. And it is very risky to put yourself in a position to be vulnerable. But I guess what I've learned in my destiny and along my journey is, as long as it's for a right reason, if it's for a right cause, for example, if it's dealing with spirituality, then yeah, I have made a true dedication to my path. So when it comes to, even with my guides, when my guides share with me that my twin was my husband, when I was first told that, I was like, I don't believe that. And I actually ran from it. And then I think about 24 hours later, my twin was running for me. And it was just in a place where, if it was not for my guides and my angels telling me that my twin was absolutely my husband, no, a long time, hell no. It just comes to a place where you have to trust the process and accept the process. And although you may not understand the process, you have to know that your life does not belong to you, especially when you're on a path of a spiritual journey. When you're on a path of a spiritual journey, you're in a place where you'll find yourself almost floating on cloud nine. You will see so much around you. You'll see so many different levels of spirituality. You will see people claiming that they're spiritual, and then they're backbiting or dogging or talking about the other person, or they're hating, or they're, you know, and it's just still under the form to me of looking outside of yourself. And then what's so profound about this journey is knowing that when you are judging someone else, they're triggering something within you. So there's something going on within you. I don't even care if they're another different type of galactic being, and you don't like what it is that they're doing. You don't know what their calling is. You don't know what their life path is. You don't know what their reason for being is. So who are we to say that they're right or they're wrong? I mean, who gave you the programming in your mind for you to make up the rules within yourself to say that someone is right or wrong? We're all wrong. No one's perfect. No one's right. And if we were, none of us would be here on this planet at all. Nobody would be here at all. Trust me, you'd be ascending on out of here. And that's what's so deep about this season that we're in too. There's a major transition that's happening right now. And So many people are not only leaving the planet, but so many people are coming into the planet as well. The twins that are to be brought together with the new babies for the new earth, that specific cycle has not started yet with the new babies. That hasn't started yet. There are some twins that do have babies and have babies on the way, but those are still part of the old timeline template with the old ancestral souls that are still returning. The ones that are to create the babies for the new earth, those specific babies have not yet been created. And there's a specific reason, because there's a specific shift that has to take place first. And just like there's a time and a place for everything, there's a specific alignment. And we're still purging things still within ourselves. So, and then we're talking about, you know, an alchemical code, a DNA structure, a makeup, a seed that's never been born before, that's never been created before. And we're talking about the purging of timelines, the purging of bloodlines from not only from the divine feminine side of the family, but the divine masculine side of the family as well. And we're talking about, you know, basically getting back to 0 point. You know, we're talking about babies that are like the Jetsons, babies that can snap their fingers and they're in the other room, or blink their eye, and, or, you know, do some I dream of genie, you know what I mean? And that's basically being in their holistic gifts, basically being in a place where we once were when we were 2 and under, until we became programmed to be outside of ourselves. And that's just the new makeup of the timeline. So you're gonna see so much change and so much transition. Keep in mind, I've always shared with each and every one of you that those that started with you may not always end up with you, because as the shift begins to happen faster and faster and faster, it's going to get faster, y'all. It's going to get faster, because keep in mind too, we have Uranus that's here for the next 7 years, about the next 6.5 years now. So as Uranus is here, Uranus is happening quickly. So things will happen faster, and you can't get so comfortable where you're just like, oh man, I just got comfortable. I mean, we should know by now that, you know, what yesterday's comfort zone was not today's comfort zone. So it's basically a tower moment for the whole entire planet. And even in that space of that tower moment, there's tower moments happening within each and every one of us and each and every one of our lives through the static electricity of the old timelines, because we had to merge ourselves in from the 3D into the 5D and then on into the 12D and so forth. But we are in a master spiritual vibration right now during the year of 666, or should I say the code of 666. Which is basically a family vibration, which is basically a binary code, which is basically the Matrix. And just like Neo in the Matrix, you know, are you jacking in, or are you jacking out of the Matrix? And make sure when you're jacking out of the Matrix, if that steak was worth it, if that alcohol was worth it, if the person that you're being intimate with, are they worth you being intimate with? Or is that someone, first of all, before you allow someone to breach those zones within you, is that someone that you want to spend the rest of eternity with? Because right about now, it's the rest of eternity. And if that specific being or entity, because you don't know who's human and who's not, because there's such an insidious breach all over the planet right now. So this is why it's so important for you to even keep your temples, your bodies, your mind, your spirit in a holistic vibration. Because it's so important even for your own grounding, even for your own shifts. You can be intimate with someone tonight and wake up in the morning and look in the mirror. And I know this is happening to people. You can look in the mirror and I may look like myself, but at the same time, like say for example, you may look at me, but I may look in the mirror and it's a big ass Incredible Hulk green giant with snakes or something on both sides of my head or something. And this is absolutely what people are experiencing right now. And this is because they're having intimacy with sexually transmitted demons. And it's just like Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Terminator, when he walked into the kitchen and the little boy said, "Mom," and the Terminator turned into, the Terminator. So, and it's not just who it is that you're being intimate with. What are you eating? Are you even doing those specific affirmations within yourself to keep yourself in a place to where you're grounded and you're balanced and you're purging yourself? One of the bigger things right now, I usually don't mention these specific tips, but one of the things that I know for sure that's very important is when you're walking into your homes, you have your shoes and you just finished walking the planet with those shoes. Are you taking your shoes off at the door, or are you tracking those specific entities? Because you never know what's on the bottom of your shoe. And I told y'all, when you coming into your door, look out the corner of your eye. And if you see something there, you will see it. And trust me, there are a lot of things that are following a lot of us right now. So make sure you do those checks and balances. Look out the corner of your eye. And if you see something, and you probably will, if you see some type of shadow being there, make sure you let it know. Look, if you can't come up in here if you don't mean me any harm if you don't mean me any good, you can't come up in here. But if you cool, then you can pass these gates. If you come help me get some money or something like that, then we good. And it's done in a holistic balance or a matter, you know what I mean? So your shoes, and also, another thing, I'm going to share some things with you what my guides have been showing me that's super, super important right now. Pay very close attention. Like I was just sharing with you how I just got told a couple of days ago. Well, was it yesterday? Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday. Just got told. I went to go get one of those bed trays for the bed, and went to Z Gallery, but I came out, but I went to another part of town and the car was towed. But the sign was right there, and we weren't paying attention to the sign. If we were to, in other words, pay attention to all the signs, y'all. Stop for a minute, because everything is so fast, especially with Uranus here. Make sure that, there could be something in right in front of you, that you could see or you're missing out on. Take your shoes off at the door. At the door of your house, start putting a little mat there. We have like a little cart thing in front of our door where our shoes go. When we walk in the door, we go straight to wash our hands. A lot of energy comes through the portals of your hand as well as through your feet. Also, keep in mind the doors when you're in public. First of all, do you really have to take that door and push it with your hand? You can always push it with your back or your butt. That's another way, okay? Watch these doors that you're touching. Even the escalators, when you're going up the escalators, you know how many millions of people touch those escalators a day? And the first thing you do is you don't wash your hands, and then you go put something in your mouth and you're eating it. And then there are entities attached to your hands. You really have to guide your spirit. Now, I'm not saying it in a place to where it's like, oh, we have to be so holistic and now and so balanced and now. But at the same time, I am saying it that way because it's important. It's important because you never know what it is that you're taking in or what it is that you're tracking home. Another thing too is my guides have been recently I've been going through my home, and I mean I'm already clean. I'm already a neat freak. But they have been literally taking me through the corners. I mean, the drawers, the closet. My closet looks like closet world. I thought it was clean before, but the way it looks right now, it's like a whole closet world off of a magazine. So they're going to begin to show you different ways to organize, to stay neat. That's very important because there are specific shadow beings that will hide and mess. Even if you have a dirty drawer, all of us have that one junk drawer either in the bathroom or in the kitchen. I had both, I'm not gonna lie. I just threw stuff in the drawer, or you throw makeup in there, or just, there's a certain way it can be placed in there neatly. It's very important, y'all, to stay very neat right now. It's important to stay clean because there are all types of energies that are walking around us. You won't even see them if you don't keep your spots clean. If you have a basement that has not been cleaned in a while, I would call one of those companies or something to just get rid of all that stuff, because you have specific entities that are harboring within those basements, attics as well. So basically I'm done. I don't know how much more I can clean, but we're coming into a time where there are more and more and more entities around you. Okay, so I don't know how to share this one. Okay, it was about maybe about 3 years ago. A lady shared something on Facebook. I believe I was reading Facebook about 3 years ago, and she was talking about how she can literally sit there and see all types of entities on the walls. It looked like a cemetery, and it was just all type of shadow beings just crawling all over the walls of her house. So she needed a priest to come to do an exorcism. So she was putting a cry out to anyone, like all over, who can help her get these demons and these entities off of her wall. And I remember that it wasn't even 3 years ago, it was probably like 5 years ago. I remember specifically as she was sharing the story, I began to have I can see straight through her reading, and I saw the walls, I saw what it looked like and everything. And these specific entities were everywhere. It was like your whole house is crawling with specific spirits and deities and ghosts and gooblas and goblins or whatever. What was deep about it is that my best friend, she had a dream. She had the exact same dream that this lady of her describing her house, but she had a dream about her and I were inside of this 2-bedroom apartment, and all these specific entities were all over the wall. And she was sharing how she started asking, "Where's Nubian?" And I guess I was like in the other room walking through portals or whatever. And as she began to share with me the different entities that were on the wall, it reminded me of the lady years ago that had the dream. And as my bestie was sharing with me these specific entities that were all over the walls, my ancestors and my guides began to share with me that that's absolutely what is happening to each and every one of you now. You can't see them, but they're there. This is why it's so important that you keep your homes clean, you keep your places decluttered. What was so profound about the vision that they even gave me with that is that your ancestors and your guides, they're surrounding you. You're so protected right now. Now, these specific, I don't even have anything to show you, like, let me try to use a couple of examples. Okay, you see this? Just imagine the walls filled with like thousands of these. But then here it is. There's your ancestors and your angels and your guides covering them. And then here it is, they're trying to peep through the holes of them. But your guides and your angels, they're surrounding the walls of your house. Okay, so that's what's going on with all of us right now. And this is why it's important that you watch the people that you bring in your home, because you don't know what type of spirits that they have on them or entities that they have on them, and or who walked in with them. And then I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all can tell me stories about friends that you know of or people that they know of who are experiencing entities or spirits around them. And to me, I'm not scared. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it to scare y'all. So I don't want you to think I'm scaring fear tactics. Okay. So this is for you to know how important it is for you to not only keep see how the walls of the temple of your home, what I'm sharing with you with these specific, it looks like a cemetery, y'all, but it's filled with spirits. And what constitute the specific spirits that are on the walls in your home are: what type of music are you listening to? How decluttered is your house? Is there any type of abuse going on in your house? Hatred, rage, anger, bitterness, crying, disappointment, sadness, vindictiveness, all of those ugly energies will constitute there being a residual of these energies on the wall. But what causes you to be protected is having that relationship with your angels and your guides, to where your angels and your guides have become the walls of your home. And it's not just the walls of your home that you reside in, but also your temple, your body. Same exact thing, same exact concept. Okay, so go in your children's room. And I know many of y'all don't like to go in your children's room. Y'all be finding some stuff. Y'all anything like my children, you be finding stuff like, wait, we just cleaned this up. Like, where does this come from? So, but it's so important for you to, I don't care, go in their drawers, sit, and don't just tell them what to do. Go sit there with them and help them, because they're not going to learn it. They're not going to do it. You're going to have to be the one that do it. So don't just be like, y'all get that room cleaned up. No, you go with them and help them clean up the room. And while you're in the room, don't be in there yelling at them and screaming at them, because guess what? All those energies and those affirmations and those vibrations stick on their wall. And then at night when they go to sleep, then you're wondering why they're afraid or they're fearful, because you left all that negative energy in the room. So as you go through your house, clean your house. Clean your outer house just as much as you would clean your inner house. And then sage. Okay, I always share with you about the salt. You can get black salt, you can use pink salt, you can use sea salt, put it around the corners of your doors, okay, and the windows in your home. You can use the selenite crystals, put those in the windows of your home. You can use the Oregon pyramids. Those are really good as well. Oregons are really good right now. There's all types of tools that we have that the world does not have. Now, instead of you taking your abundance and blowing it on something that's not going to constitute your growth, this is very important for you to invest in some crystals, invest in some Florida water. I have Florida water. I use that for libations to my ancestors, my guides. Also, although we may not understand our twins and we may be upset with our twins, still send them love, still send them, life, even if you don't see them in a place where it's making sense. Speak life into them, speak love into them, and speak in a place to where even though it hurts, you're still in them energy. Like, I don't know where you are and what you're up to, but I love you and I just wish you the best and I hope you're okay. And I just want to send you some good energy, and burn a candle for them, and sit there with the candle and stare into the candle. Talk to your guides. When you're woke up between 3 and 5 in the morning, or between 3 and 6 in the morning, in other words, when you wake up and it's still dark outside, it's okay to make yourself get up, y'all. This ain't the time to sleep. It's not. There's too much happening right now, too much going on for y'all to be falling back asleep. And trust me, there's going to come a time where you're going to wish that you would have built these relationships now with your angels and your guides, as well as you focus so much on not practicing or operating in fear. That is so, so important, because fear is basically false, events, false evidence appearing real. But do keep in mind that we are in a holographic universe. And because we're in a holographic universe, you are empowered to speak your path into existence. You are empowered to speak to any type of entity, whether it's light or dark. And y'all tripped on me when I was like, if it's a demon, you better tell his ass to sit down somewhere. Y'all were like, I'm not dealing with no demons. Like, why be afraid of anything? First of all, that demon is subservient to you. And also, if you know thyself, then you will know that that demon takes authority and rules and instructions from you. But if you're afraid of it, then what are you doing? You're giving it your energy. You're automatically telling that demon, which is a lower vibration of you anyways, that you're afraid of it and you fear it's gonna hurt you. But when you learn who you are and you know who you are and you stand in your power, and trust me when I say, y'all about to see some stuff. You about to see some stuff. And I know majority of y'all have already been seeing stuff now. I know, like, first of all, a lot of y'all got gifts where y'all been little children since you were little, where you've already been talking to your invisible friends. Well, those weren't invisible friends when you were little. Those are your angels and your guides that were around you little, that were helping to prepare you for times like now. And the thing about it is, for you to be in a position of standing in your power so much to where you know that you have angels and guides all around you. And first of all, they're already protecting you. They already having a position where they're not going to let nothing happen to you. But when you let down that shield and you give your power away, and you give your power away, first of all, by allowing something to trigger you, even to the place where you're like, you know what, I'm afraid, and that's giving your power away. Or people will come to test you that may have a bad day, and they will want to start a fight or an argument with you. Your job is to still maintain your vibration and to know that these things they come to test us. Your job is to pass the test, okay? So you can, there's so many of you who are so talented right now, and by the year July, I believe it is July of 2019, you're gonna find yourself in the position where you truly have to become your own sovereign. You have to be fully activated and operating in your gifts. So if you're feeling led right now to start your own business, even if it's your own YouTube channel, and you're just like, I only have 3 subscribers, so what? Have 3 subscribers and trust your guides. Next thing you know, it's gonna be 30. Next thing you know, it's gonna be 300. Next thing you know, it's gonna be 3,000. Just do it. Just put the energy out there and just do it, okay? Just do it, because truth be told, where we're going is there's so much inactivity with people working for other people. And I always share with you that if you don't learn to live your dream, then someone else is gonna hire you to help them live their dream. This is the hour where it's time for you to live your dream. It's time for you to tap into your goal. And look at all the stuff that I do. Look at all the stuff I'm into. But I sleep all the time. Y'all will be, I sleep a lot. And I homeschool, and I do everything else that I'm doing, but I still get my rest. But what you're gonna find, in other words, is that we're in a time to where you're able to live your dreams because you're able to tap into your gifts. Your gifts are your jobs. Those are the positions that make room for you. So, but if not, then you're gonna find yourself at a 9 to 5, and then a 5:30 to 9:30, and then a 10 o'clock until 3 a.m. in the morning, and then a 3:15 until 6:15, and be able to get 2 hours of sleep, you know. And then you don't want to do that to yourself. You're so talented, and that's what you have all those jobs for in the first place, because those are only training grounds to teach you specific things in those training grounds that you are to use to take them and use those as tools to help you on your path, because you're so talented. You're so beautiful. Your vibration is glowing. And if no one ever told you how powerful you are, listen to me, y'all. You're very powerful. You're very beautiful. You're very loving. You're very brilliant. You're very wise. You're very smart. And it's just a matter of you getting to that place where you're like, you know what? I'm not going to accept anything less than for myself. There will be people that will come along and they will talk about you. They will laugh at you. They will tell you what you can and you cannot do. They will ask you, what the hell do you think you're doing? And you still have to do it anyways. You still have to listen to your guides. You still have to listen to your higher self. You will have people that will come along, and I don't care if it's relationship or friends, and they will talk about you and call you crazy, call you psycho, call you out your name, and lie on you, abuse you, mistreat you, hurt you in so many different ways. But if you allow yourself to stay in those places of accepting what it is that they feel constitute your existence or constitutes your reason for being, then you're guilty of allowing yourself to be abused by someone who is not even your creator. Someone who is there just as a trigger to make you level up. That's all they're there to do, especially if they're speaking low like that. And know that if they're speaking low vibrations like that anyways, they're threatened by your power. They're afraid that you're going to they're afraid that you're going to recognize who you are. They're afraid that you're going to not only recognize who you are, but you're going to step into your power over them and you're going to leave them. And it's true. You will, because your angels will have you get the hell away from them, especially if they stay there. But in some aspects, there are many times where your angels won't let you leave them. They'll cause you to stay there around certain people to help them to a certain point. And then after a while, you will have to cut them off, because after a while, you'll become that ship, and then you'll have to let go of their anchors, because their anchors will be holding you back, because it's always a matter of leveling up. And during the time of a shift, we're constantly raising our vibration and going higher and higher and higher. And if you're surrounded by people who are jealous of you and they talk about you and they backbite you, or you're in a relationship with someone whose family doesn't like you, or their friends don't like you, or someone who they listen to does not like you, then don't trip. Because what's so profound about it, especially those of you who are on the twin flame journey, what you're going to find is that your twin who was listening to others outside of them talk about you, they're going to learn that you're your twin. So if they were talking about you, they were also talking about your twin. So after a while, they're going to recognize that, whoa, it was never my twin. It was this person the whole time. And they were threatened by my twin. And they were threatened by, if my twin and I were to come together, the type of power that we have. They were also threatened by the fact that they knew that once my twin and I came together, that it was going to validate our power, and it was going to shine the light and expose these people for who they truly are, for being threatened by even our very callings. So it's just a matter of you being in a place right now to where you are mindful. I feel very, very fortunate and very grateful, because even recently, like in the past few hours, I found myself in a place where I was just really, really feeling the purge. Like it was very heavy for me. But I feel very grateful, because I did hear from my twin during my specific episode, and it was even though he didn't ask what was going on, it was still good to hear, or tap into his vibration, even if it was just for a second. And that helped me a little bit, but at the same time, it triggered me a little bit as well. But then I was still able to have that trigger to do more work on myself. And the very beautiful part about it is having such holistic friends that are very sacred and very special to me, that were specifically given to me by my angels and by my guides. And my specific friends, they're just like me. They don't play when it comes to this path, and they know when Nubian's not okay, ain't nobody okay, because it's like, wait, stop the train, everybody. We got to check the brakes real fast. Don't go too fast. Hold on. So it was okay, because I found myself in a place where I was having to, drop some luggage off, so that way the plane will be lighter. And as I dropped that luggage off to allow the plane to be lighter, I found myself in a place of being able to take that breath to come back even that much more harder. And I'm so happy. That's why I want to chime in tonight to talk to y'all and say, y'all, I've been going through just like y'all. You're not on your own. This is a heavy position to be in, and then to be in a position where it's like, I can't walk away. You know, I can't just throw in the towel. There's times I want to throw in the towel, but at the same time, if I would not stand in my own autonomy to be in this place, to step into my calling, then how many people would not get helped or be in a position to be helped because, you know, because I was like, I'm not doing this. Same thing with you. There's so many people. I mean, so many of you have your own. So many of you, y'all, there's a lot of readers on here, magicians, master teachers, shamans, indigo, crystals, star seeds. There's so many of you on here, and I love each and every one of you, and I'm so happy. I don't consider myself better than you. I consider us all on the same level. I consider all of us on the same exact wavelength, and just like you tapped into my vibration and you learned from me, I learned so much from you too. There are so many of you who are on here who have your own channels, and when I get a chance, if I'm in a line somewhere or I just want to take a quick download, I'm able to, I may not be able to watch the whole video, but there is times where I'm able to tap into a couple of your videos, and I see y'all out there shining, and I'm so proud of you, because a lot of y'all, I can tell y'all, like, you know, in the school of the Nubian news community, and it's so beautiful because I'm like, yes, y'all get it. Y'all learning it, and I'm so happy, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you. I'm not hating. I ain't mad. I'm like, she took my stuff. That's my, no, it's not about that at all. No, I see y'all. Y'all not even following me. Y'all walking side by side with me. And that was the one thing that we all said. Like, I love each and every one of you. I'm so proud of you, because we are coming into a time where it's like, it's not even a matter of us like stealing like each other's information. Like, the information was here before we even came around, so ain't nobody taking nobody's information. But what I really want us to do too, though, is I want us to get into the habit of chiming in more into our spiritual vibe, into our own intuition, because there's a lot of information out there, right, in the spiritual community, in the tarot community, and the astrological community. I know that spirit has a lot of us sharing a lot of the same information, but what I've been shared with what they just recently shared with me was that there's so much information coming out right now that we're at the point right now where we all should be like, y'all, did you see those crystals under that mountain? And then someone else comes, instead of saying, instead of us all sharing the message about the crystal under the mountain, then this is the time where we all should be coming together like, yeah, I not only saw the crystal on the mountain, but did you see how that sun was radiating with that big circle around it with the glow? And someone else comes behind it and say, yeah, because it was shining light on this tunnel in this cave, and I saw these big old, you know, medellas under there or something. So it's like we're all bringing these pieces to the puzzle, and within those pieces to the puzzle, what are we doing? We're all sharing a story. And as we all begin to tell our own stories, we're going to begin to put them all together. And then as all the different people from all over the world begin to chime into all of our different channels, we're all going to be hearing a different story, a different piece, and then the world will start to get it. That's how we can heal them. That's how we can help them get it. It was okay for the past timeline. And remember, I shared with y'all that the twin flame community and the readers are going to shift up. They were going to level up. And even y'all saw that when I was sharing that with y'all. So now we're in a place, it's another level up coming now, y'all. And this level up is going to be more metaphorical. It's going to be more of a place that's going to be alchemical science. It's going to be more statistically calculus coded. It's going to be from a place where it's an intuitive light code, to where, you know, let's say I chime into one of your channels and you chime into mine, and, you know, just like I just said, we all are painting that one big puzzle from the north, east, west, and south, and then we're able to implement why, you know, the Star of David looks like, you know, the Star of David or something, you know, but yet we're all able to point out different points on the star and to tell different points on the star, but then it starts to map out a complete story, and then we're able to have it do something like an Indiana Jones, have the damn star light up, and then we all find our way. Okay, so that's the whole point right now. Like, let's allow ourselves to be used right now, y'all. It's great to chime into each other's channel and to support each other. That's great, but we are the channel, y'all. We on 144,000 megahertz of vibration, which means that Y'all, it's so time to go in right now. It's so time to, I've been finding myself in a place where I have to just turn everything off. I have to shut down the computers, the phones. I had to turn my phone off a few times completely, just shut it off. I had to put it on silent. You know, I had to completely sleep with it, and I had to put my phone inside of my washer one night when I found myself, I just kept going back to it. So I put it on silence and I put it inside of my washer that night. And I went to go sit in meditation and came out with different codes. So let's do that, y'all. Let's get these codes because they're here. They're here to help each and every one of us. And one person doesn't make one person bigger because, you know, you may have 100,000 subscribers and someone else has 1,000,000 and someone else only has 300. I've been seeing people with 300 subscribers or, you know, 100 subscribers or 2 subscribers, and they have bigger messages than the people that have 1,000,000 subscribers. And I follow people that have 300 subscribers, and I'm like, damn, like, I need to put you on the news. And my ancestors and my guides will tell me who I can and who I cannot put on this news channel. So I listen to their vibration when they tell me, I want you to post this, or, you know, I need you to share their story, or I need you to give them a reading. Then I'm tapped in or I'm tuned in. Y'all, there's so many codes right now. We're being spoken to all around right now. They're all around us. Those energies that are on the walls, those spirits, those entities, those beings, they're not just on the walls of your home, they're on the walls and walking within your temple and around your temple. It just depends on who are you to be able to tap into the frequency to understand the codes. There was a time where no one spoke any language at all. Do you know that the first language, does anyone know what the first language was? Before anyone spoke. How is it that all these people all over the world can understand each other from one language? It was called pictures. And those pictures were called the Dogon doors. And the Dogon doors were basically one huge door with all the different pictures and the writings on it. And then they began to write on these doors or to draw in the sand. And when they drew in the sand, they drew pictures. And that's where you see different pictures of the Dogons. They would draw in the sand and they would draw villages to speak to each other or pictures. And also on doors or pictures or color codes. And even now, we're still using part of that sacred geometry. We're still using part of that language, which is why if you go to China and you don't understand anything Chinese at all, but you'll see a McDonald's sign and you'll be like, I know what the hell that is if I don't understand anything else. Same thing that's happening to us right now spiritually. You will understand the language and the codes. You'll begin to remember it if you allow yourself to go within. Sit within the stillness and the silence in that space to where you're not tapped into nobody's vibration. You don't care what it is that this person said or that person said. That's great. Because all of us can chime in. We can all get help from each other. But you should also be bringing your own sacred codes to the table right now. We should all be bringing something different, okay? Because there's so much right now, y'all. There's so much. We're back in the energies of telepathy. We're back in the energies of the Dogon doors, the pictures. We're back in the energies of astral travel. We're back in the energies of transcending time and distance. We are living out past life and present life. We're basically right now, we are already in the future, y'all. We're there already. So for many of us, the future has already been created. We just have to catch up to what we have already created within the future. So yeah, it was about, you know, our twins, but at the same time, what so many of us are going to find that it was never really about just being in a relationship with our twin. It was about us knowing that our twin was within us, and it was a path to help us activate specific codes within ourselves. It was a way, a doorway, a portal. And as we go through this doorway and this portal, you're going to find that there's more codes and more pathways and more passages. Yes, your twin is always going to be that ultimate passageways, which is why it doesn't matter if, they decide to go somewhere else or choose someone else, they're not going to be in a place where they're going to be 100% with that person, because it's not you. And you should be fine with that. You should be fine with, not wanting to, control another person so much to where you don't allow them their own happiness and their own free will, but then you find your own space of happiness. Everything happens for a reason, and maybe it's just not meant for you to be with your twin right now. There are so many of you who have soulmates that are out there, and these soulmates, they're gonna love the hell out of you, y'all. Fine as hell, got money, not just money, I'm talking about wealth, not just monetary wealth, but inner wealth, beauty, love. They're gonna treat you every way that you wanted your twin to treat you. This soulmate's coming to treat you that way, and even that much more. Why? Because they're gonna help you basically validate that energy that you already put out there. That energy that you put out there for your twin to love you, and it seemed like your twin didn't get it. Your twin has their own life path. If they didn't get it, they didn't get it. Maybe they still have more lessons to learn. But in the meantime, remember I told y'all you weren't going to be left alone. I told y'all there was no way that you're going to, and I even had to be reminded, I'm not going to lie, I had to be reminded of this myself. That there's no way you're going to do all that inner work on yourself, and your guides are going to allow you to be left alone at all. Somebody's going to love you. There's too many people on the planet for you not to be loved. So when they say that there's a shortage of men on the planet, remember this. They said there was a shortage of water on the planet too. Okay? When the Earth's population is over 70% water, just like your body is over 70% water. So please be in that place of knowing that we're just in that energetic field right now, to where if you allow yourself to become self-centered, you're going to begin to open your world up to phases and portals that your mind could never fathom. We're in the new Earth, y'all, right now. So let's stop looking at like old timelines, like of assuming that it has to go a certain way, because in those spaces you're going to learn that if you allow yourself to be your own oracle, if you allow yourself to sit within the essence of your own being, then you're going to find that your higher self is your guide. It's not the next reader or what they have to say, or what it is that they've gotten in a reading. That's great. That's wonderful. That should be used in essence to validate what you already know. But to make it the end all be all of your path, I'm not gonna lie, I was there. That's why I'm able to speak on it. We're all guilty of that. But at the same time, what my guides have been sharing with me is that this is a time right now, y'all, where we gotta go within, because it's so vital right now, to where you may be woken up at 3 a.m. and all of a sudden they may say, wake up, go to the corner, get that emergency backpack out and go stand on the corner, and some guides come pick you up. Or they say get out the building, and you look back and the whole building is completely gone. And then keep in mind too, every morning that I wake up, I wake up to my wall and my pillow, and I look over at the wall and I smile. Why? Because I the first thing I do is I always say, good day, ancestors, good day, angels, good day, guides, and I just thank them so much. And then I go and I pour libations to my ancestors. I pour libations to my twins' ancestors, and I just find myself in a place where I'm grateful, and I'm just so at peace with who I am, because just to think that there's a 2-year-old that has to take care of their 8-month-old brother now, because their parents' home was bombed overnight because they live overseas or something, and we're in a position where you can wake up at peace in the morning and in a place of quietness. We better always, if you're somewhere in the US or even certain places in the UK, you should always be grateful for where you are. Even those of you who are in the Philippines, those of you who are in Vietnam, who reached out to me as well, y'all know, that we should always be in a place or position to where you never know the elements of the environment in which you live in. Don't take it for granted. You don't be in a space where you're so ungrateful that you forget that, you know, you're not exempt from the next phase of whatever's happening on this planet. This is why it's so important for you to make sure that not only are you doing that inner work, but if your angels and your guides wake you up and they tell you to get up, and they wake you up very peacefully too. They don't wake you up with you hearing a grenade. Think about certain people have to hear a grenade. So if you're, you know, woken up at that time, then be very grateful to wake up and to give them thanks, and to, you know, to say, you know, thanks for my day, or thanks for my health, and thanks I'm not in the hospital, and, you know, thanks that my children are okay. You know, my children can walk anywhere all over the planet. You know, we don't have to be the Kardashians to need bodyguards. Trust me, we got the best bodyguards in the whole entire galaxy. I know I can send my children anywhere and they good. They are 100% good. And same thing with you. You can go anywhere and you're 100% good too. You know, we have to look at the small things. We have to look at what it is that we have, the little things, y'all. It's the little things that continue to put us in a position to receive more from the spiritual realms, because we're tested with the small things that we're given. And if we are in a place or position to where we show our gratitude, like with your home, you know, you asked to move into that home, you know, you were begging to get that spot, and now you don't want to keep it clean. Someone doesn't have a home. You were begging for that car. You wanted that car, and now your car is all junky and sloppy and you don't wash it. Someone doesn't have a car. You know, you were once begging for that child, and now you ignore the child. Someone can't have children. You were ignoring a mom or a dad, and now someone's mom or dad may not be in a position right now to make it tomorrow. So just, y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is what they really want, because I keep stressing this. This is what they really want me to share with you right now. Just be grateful. Be so grateful. I'm so grateful, y'all. I'm so grateful. I can't even begin to tell y'all my story, and to know that, you know, I don't even have any words just for the path that I have gone down to be where I'm at right now. And when I wake up, I'm so grateful. I'm in the elevator and I'm singing in the elevator, and I'm sincere. I'm me. I'm singing, and I'm seeing judges and doctors and lawyers in the elevator, and they're getting off work and they're stressing and they're pissed off and angry. Like, why are you singing? But, you know, I have a way of making everybody laugh. So they don't want to laugh, but they laugh anyways. And I'm just like, just be grateful, because people don't know how to take a joke no more. People don't know how to smile anymore. When you're happy, then no one wants you to be happy with them. But I know one thing for sure. When you're standing in a crowd and you all of a sudden you just start laughing, it makes everybody else around you laugh. When you are in a place of feeling grateful, you are vibrating at such a capacity that makes everyone just look at you like, wow, you know. And it's funny because even when we went to the tow yard, first of all, they're usually mean to you when you're at the tow yard. And my friend that I was with, we were making a compliment about how these people were treating me like I was just a goddess. And speaking of goddess, have y'all not noticed, especially those of you who've done that inner work, I don't care whether you're divine masculine, divine feminine, have you not noticed that when you're in public, have you not noticed that when you walk in a room, everyone stares at you? Everyone stares at you. Masculine and feminine stares at you. And when you see another feminine energy walking with her boyfriend, then her boyfriend will look at you, and then she may look at you too. And then what I usually do is I give the girl eye contact, like, I don't want your man, like, you cool, you know what I mean? So, but what it is that they see not just your outer beauty, but they see your inner beauty. They see your glow, they feel your glow, and everyone around you they see your glow, they feel your glow. And it has put people in a place to where I don't care where, you know, I go with myself, my daughters, people see your glow. Your glow is radiating and it's vibrating so high. The world needs that, because you're a healer. And because you're a healer, you have this automatic energetic vibration of a glow. And it's just like the woman with the issue of blood, it touching the garment of the Christ consciousness. just from someone being in your aura field. Did you know just by passing someone up, you know how many people that you heal that you're not even aware that you heal them? Just by passing them up, just by you keeping your vibration so high. I'm just, and then that comes from a place of even gratitude, y'all. Just remember, be grateful. Just be in a place of just be so grateful. And the more you're grateful, the more you're going to find yourself just blessings after blessings after blessings after blessings. And it's after a while, you're just like, oh my gosh, I never thought that more can happen in my life, and more and more and more is happening. And I had to change my words, and for my words I had to change my thoughts, and for my thoughts, my affirmations, to begin to make sure that I watched the reality that I've been creating for myself and I was creating for my family. But know that you are very powerful. You're very powerful. You're very vibrant, and you must walk in this knowing. You must know that you are here right now for a reason, and someone's reason is not better than yours. And trust me when I say, when you see, you know, the Prince Charles or the different, you know, Kardashians or Paris Hiltons or I don't even want to just name them or call them out specifically. I'll just say your local celebrities. Trust me when I say, you know, I've shared my story with each and every one of y'all of me growing up dating multimillionaires and famous basketball players and famous celebrities, and you know, they're on national television with major record deals with famous big time names, but we're walking inside of a 2-bedroom condo with no food or no furniture. So all that glitters ain't gold, you know. And it's true. I found, you know, I still quote the biblical scriptures because I know they're coded with the code gematria, but it's true. What profit is it for a man to gain the whole world but to lose his soul? And to me, that breaks down to a code of, what is the point of working so hard for everything in your life just to please someone outside of you, just to try to keep up with the Jones, but then have no knowledge of self? That's the biggest highway robbery, the biggest. And I don't want to show my children that. I want to be a great example for my babies. I want to be a great example for the one who I am to marry one day. To be the matriarch of our family is an honor. To be in the position that I'm in, to not only be an example for my own family, but to be example for the entire human family. And I love who I am even that much more because so many people have tried to change me. So many people have tried to tell me who they think that I should be and who they want me to be. And the more they told me not to cuss, and the more I began to cuss. The more they told me what to wear, the more I did not wear it because they wanted me to wear it. The more they wanted me, you know, to say specific things, I rebelled anyways. Not that I was being vindictive, it's just that I was just tired of everybody's rules. And even, you know, when I was starting up Nubian News, you know, people still come on the channel and say, you know, you're doing great with the readings, but, you know, can you cut the singing out? You know, the singing gotta go. I mean, can you get your own channel? You know, and you make up your rules. So there's still bullies all the way around, y'all. You're still gonna have to deal with people. But you can't take it personal. That's one thing I had to learn, not to take it personal. Even for a while, I was taking the dislikes personal. I was like, who the hell are you to dislike my video? but what I was shown by my guides is that it's 100% fine. It makes me even that much more better. It makes me even that much more humble. And everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I love seeing the dislikes just as much as I love seeing the likes. And I love seeing the what the fucks just as much as I like seeing the what the hells when I put out the album or the book cover for Satan and God or Twin Flames. I know everybody's like, what the hell? What the hell what do you mean? So, I mean, if you're just in that place of, you know, just acceptance and following your path, and it doesn't matter what anyone says, you just be you and be who you are and don't look for validation outside of yourself. You know, you continue to evolve, because trust me, you may not be the next celebrity on the planet, but you may just be an example just for 4 neighbors in your neighborhood. You may be their savior. You may be the one to save their life. You know, for those of you who live in the Philippines, I was told, I forgot the name of the little town in the Philippines. Maybe for those of y'all who are in the Philippines, you know what I'm talking about. But they said there's a whole little town in the Philippines that where Nubian news is popular, and everybody watches Nubian news there. And I'm like, huh? What? Like, wait, say that again. And these people were like very, very serious. And it just reminds me of when Muhammad Ali was in that movie, and Muhammad Ali went running through the back, you know, the backwoods of, you know, Africa and start, or, you know, Ghana or whatever, and start seeing his name plastered all over the wall. So you never know where you're making a difference in someone's life, you know. So if you're in a position, it doesn't matter who you're influencing. So many of you, I'm so surprised, so many of you all over the world, from South Africa, Philippines, oh my gosh, Vietnam, what are some other ones? China, Russia, just places I would have never been able to touch, you know, just right here, you know, and just like in the corners of, you know, my own little town here, you know, even my own little hometown, you know. It's just, you never know who you touch, y'all. You never know whose life you make a difference in. And even if it doesn't matter, because if no one understands you, no one may understand why you're the gatekeeper, you know, why you work at hell. You know, what you do for a living? Well, I'm a gatekeeper. Where? At the gates of hell. They may look at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But you have to hold down your job like, shoot, I'm a gatekeeper for the gates of hell. You know what I mean? And they have no idea that even though you're a gatekeeper for the gates of hell, you're also a super spy for the children of light or the children of the sun. And you may have the biggest title in all of the cosmos just by being the gatekeeper at the gates of hell. But just because it looks like that on the outside, that is not cool. Like, who are you to have to explain yourself to anyone about your life path? You know what I mean? So if you are a mailman, it does not matter if you're a mailman. You rock the hell out of that mail, because you know what? You are placed there for a specific reason. You know how many people's lives that you touch on a daily basis, just being able to go from door to door to door to door. First of all, to me, I love the hell out of the mailman. For all you mailmen out there, shout out to each and every one of you, because if I didn't get my mail, I'd be pissed the hell off. I don't know what the world would exist or what it would be like without mail. And then they were talking about, well, not they, but what Spirit was sharing with me is how the ports eventually are going to be shut down, to where you see how we get Amazon and it's like 2-day mail or 2-day delivery. I love my 2-day delivery. I don't even order from eBay no more, because I want my stuff quick. I want it within a couple of days. And to see or to know that eventually they're going to shut down the ports and we won't even get that. I can't even imagine a world where it's like there's no more shipping and handling. There's no more mail. Like, seriously? Like, it was one thing to see AOL, you know, go away. Like, I'd be surprised when I would see people have AOL addresses. Remember when AOL first came out, like, you got mail. Everyone loved to hear that. But now it's like, you know, it's just knowing that we're in a shift right now where everything's shifting, everything's changing, y'all. And very shortly, we're going to be in the energies where you're going to see those computers I told you in front of you that you saw on the Minority Report, where the entire computer is going to be in front of you. It's going to be outside of you holographically. Which is why it's important for y'all to go in now. And this is why they're having me share this with y'all, because keep y'all environments clean. As you keep your environments clean, you're going to be able to activate your chakras. You're going to be able to activate your vibratory fields anymore and even more, and tap into y'all's gifts and go more into those zones to where you're going to start being able to move things. There are people now, you know, it's like you close your eyes, it's like, you know, you're moving stuff with your mind. You could do that now. Practice. It's deep. just being in that place where you're allowing yourself to embark upon the world as the world is transitioning, as the world is changing. And also keep in mind, we have the energies that's coming in to where everything is shifting. And as everything shifts, then what happened in the old timeline of the old earth, first of all, it's already gone. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. We're not in that old earth anymore. It's completely done. The only thing that you're experiencing right now is the old residue of the old timeline. We're already in the new earth. We've already shifted in the entire new world. So it's just a matter of you being in that place of acceptance. And the best place you can be in acceptance is keep that environment clean. Keep your temples clean. Keep your mind grounded. Go within. More than without. Matter of fact, I challenge each and every one of you to go within. Why? Because whoever can bring the best information to the game right now, that's who's called. What you got? It's like back in the day, like during bartering times when the economy was the way it was, even with the Indians, people would break out. I got some blankets, I got the mats, or I got some silver, I got some gold. Or I got some, what? So what can you bring to the table right now that is coming from the ancestral grounds of your inner being? Let's help level each other up. Let's and not only that, let's like literally get to a place where we are locking forces so much to where we're uplifting each other versus tearing each other down and hurting each other and talking about each other and backbiting each other. And remember, I told y'all, when you see other people talking about each other and talking about other people and hurt, harming, and injuring other people, and if you're listening to that, then you have to question your own vibration and ask yourself, what is it about you that entertains, and why are you entertained by that? Is there something within you that you feel insecure within yourself that you have to listen to something so low vibrational to make yourself feel better? So, codes, y'all. There's light codes. The children of the sun are activated. Nibiru Planet X is here. We're already walking amongst the gods. There are Ewoks walking amongst us. We're already walking in the midst of over 600,000 different shadow beings. I told you all those who were in the old timelines that took off in the what do you call them? What the hell do you call that? Back to the Future? Time machines. Those that took off in the time machines, especially during the time of Lincoln, things like that, they were specific people that took off during specific time machines. They're all back here now. They had to come back to the timelines. No one was able to breach those timelines. So now everybody's here now. From the underworld, the inner world, the outer world, the ancestors are walking amongst us. Galactic beings are walking amongst us. Those lights that you see shooting out of the skies, those are not stars, y'all. Those are those energetic beings that I was telling y'all about. Some are good and some are not good, and some are just waiting for that moment in time to breach the grounds when they all have a specific goal. Some are already doing it, and your local government officials, they already know about this. But the thing about it is, where is your vibration? Because trust me when I say, they are going to face you. You are going to face them. But the thing about it is, it's going to go down like this. You are going to face specific energetic beings. There's going to come a time where you're going to face them. Now, what's going to happen is some of them are going to basically be able to walk straight through your spirit, straight through your body. And either if your spirit is not right, if you have vindictiveness and meanness and cruelty and you've been hurt, harming, and injuring people, they'll be able to walk right through you and you'll just melt like ash. You'll just completely you're done. But if you have a holistic spirit, you're good, you're meek, you're kind, it's your birthright, you are a keeper of the flame, then basically if something like that stares at you or try to walk past you or breach you, then it's just going to be a matter of, you standing there staring at it and it's standing there staring at you. And when this happens, teach y'all children not to be afraid. Hold your composure. Don't be afraid, and just know that they're not here to hurt you. They can't hurt you. They already know who you are. But what they're doing is, the reason that they're going to come so close to you is because they're scanners. they're scanning your entire spirit. Now, for those of you who know Fur Bloom, she spoke on these before, and I'm actually giving you a little bit more insight onto who it is that they are and what it is that they are coming to do, or even what's his name? Is it David, the tall white alien? He also spoke on these specific energetic beings as well. But I've actually had an experience where I know absolutely what it is that they are here to do and who it is that they're here for. So keep in mind that you're going to be just fine. This is why it's so important for you to do that inner work now, for you to do the purging from yourself now, for you to keep yourself in a holistic place now, and teach your children not to be afraid. How do you teach them not to be afraid? By even you not being afraid. But trust me when I say that there are going to be some of you are going to have children that are not going to make it. Some of you are not going to make it. But just know that there's a shift. There's also a purge. That's the real purge, y'all. That's the purge where there are specific scriptures that even talked about, like or ancient texts that talked about there's going to be a massive purging on the planet. This has to happen because we are already in the new earth, and there are specific entities and beings and people that are here whose hearts are real dirty. I mean, real dirty, real cruel, real evil, and they refuse to change. And a perfect example, the only way that I can best describe this is if you have seen the movie Predator. Have y'all not noticed that no one has encoded and decoded Predator? You know how you usually see the decoding or the true meaning of a movie? Have you seen anybody decode Predator? Has anybody heard anybody talk about it but me? Because there's a very deep spiritual meaning behind Predator. Predator is for those of you who've watched Predator, do you remember the new movie Predator? Okay, so there is a specific predator that is coming to the planet, and they're already the more highly evolved beings. They're already the more they're highly evolved, but yet what they will show you is that the old predator, they show you them fighting the old predator. The old predator is from the old timeline. Those are the ones that have been tainted. Those are the ones that have been hurt, harming, and injuring in some way, shape, or form. And although they may appear to be helping in the movie, like the old predators, they appeared to be helping, but there was a more highly evolved predator that was coming. That's what's happening right now. There are us, and there are also, let me just say, there are humans, and then there are spiritual people, because at this point I got to separate them just for the example of this. So there's humans, and then there's people that are doing spiritual work. Now, the humans that, let's just say, still watch television, still are in the old timeline, you can't tell them nothing, they don't want to listen to nothing highly evolved. That's one example, versus you who've done all that inner work on yourself, right? Now, you have come to purge and to cleanse the old timeline. That's what the predator was showing you, that there's a purging of the old timeline. That's the same exact thing that we're looking at that's coming in with these specific energetic beings. The one that you see when you're watching the YouTube channels, and you'll see it, and they'll say there's these lights, big light balls falling out the sky. That's what these are. These are basically the purgers. They're here to face you, to see if your spirit needs to be purged, to see. And then even for many of you who have even followed Dr. Delbert Blair, even shared specific examples of where your specific body, your energy has to be activated at a specific capacity. When you are in activation at a specific capacity, there are going to be specific, there are some specific UFOs, unidentified flying objects, that will specifically be able to meet you up in the sky to take you back to your specific star system. There are those of you who will not make it into Ascension. Why? Because you're still eating meat, and your body cannot first of all, your organs are too calcified. They won't be able to purge themselves to make the ascension to get you off the planet. And the specific ships that are coming, they're not going to be able to land to get you. For those of you who even have heard of Santos Bonacci is another one. If you want to know more information about more of this, Dr. Delbert Blair, Jordan Maxwell, Manly P. Hall. There's so much sacred science, or just read the ancient texts, okay? And then also keep in mind that the animals are your friends. This is why they're on the constellation for a reason. If you eat all your signs along the constellation, then how are you going to be able to find your way home? How are you going to be able to, find your help? So basically, there's a purging. And within the purging that's happening, the purge is mainly for us to be in a better world, be in a better place where, you want to live in a world, you want your children to be in a world where people aren't killing each other and, hurting, harming, and injuring each other, We're in that timeline now. And there are specific energies that have to be purged away because the mentality is still there. It's still within their system. That vindictiveness, that rage, that bitterness, that anger, that purge of the pain has to be done away with. So there's so much more. I know I dropped a whole lot on you just now, just that little bit, but I don't want to boggle your heads too much with that. But maybe one day I'll put it in another video or something, but for now that's enough. But that's just to give you kind of an idea of what it is that we are, why it's so important for you to be in a holistic place, I'm not saying to walk around to where, you're holier than thou. None of us are holier than thou. I don't even think I want to be holier than thou. As a matter of fact, even if being a pastor's wife or something, I don't want to sit on the stage with the pastor. That's boring to me. Like, why do I want the whole church staring at me? That's boring to me. I want to sit in the audience with the people just in case the pastor says some bullshit that we can all throw apples at his ass, right? So that's just me. I don't know. That's just me. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all, I think I talked my damn head off. But I just want to I want to share some information with you and chime in on this download and to just thank you very much to each and every one of you who are, I'm proud of y'all. I'm so proud. I love each and every one of you too. I'm so proud of y'all. And I see y'all comments on the videos, but y'all, I look at all the stuff I'm doing. And then a few of y'all wrote me some long ass emails. Like, I'm sitting there, it's longer than my book. And I'm like, y'all, I love your messages, don't get me wrong. And I do my best I have to read a little piece, come back, read a little piece, come back. I'm like, y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot to, and then it's like not just the channel blowing up, it's like the music and the readings and the cryptocurrency and my children and, and then I still help people outside the community. There's a few seniors that I've tapped into helping. So we're just in that timeline right now, y'all, where it's like I'm getting busier. I do see your messages. I'm not being rude. I see it. And trust me when I say I'm sending you so much love and so much energy. And then your love and the energy that you're sending me, I get that. And I'm just so proud of y'all. I'm so proud of y'all. I feel like y'all my babies, like you're my children. I love you, not like a child like that, but you know what I mean? Like just family. I feel so humble and so grateful, and I'm very excited for what's about to happen in each and every one of our lives. And I know for so many of you who have been following the flow of this channel, all of us have been raising our vibrations in such a level up that I know so much stuff is coming for each and every one of our life. I look forward to all of it. I look forward to so much that is getting ready to happen to each and every one of us now. And I know for a fact, watch. So many of y'all been sharing y'all stories. I've been seeing some of y'all going on dates with y'all divine masculines. Some of y'all getting married. I've been seeing some of y'all got engaged. Congratulations. So unions are happening, and I'm very happy for each and every one of you. And yes, I'm drinking more teas. I'm actually drinking more waters than anything lately. No coffee for me, no alcohol, no drugs, no weed, no, oh my God, there was a time I couldn't believe I was smoking weed, but now I'm doing more breaths. It's very important to breathe, y'all. That's the main thing to keep in mind. There, you will find your at times where you're just sitting there, and if you think about it, we don't breathe right. So make sure that you're breathing, you're taking those deep breaths so that way you can purge the air out of your system. Watch what you're doing when you're staring in the mirror and you're being so hard on yourself. I was being hard on myself in the mirror until I started standing in the mirror and telling myself how how I want to look. And then next thing you know, like I went through a little timeline where it was Scorpio season or something. Something would happen, Scorpio retrograde, something happened retrograde Scorpio. And I began to expand right along with the goddamn planet. And I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not going to be expanding like that. So I actually got myself back down to where I want to get to. But it was all a state of mind. It was all in my head. And I just feel really good about myself. I feel really good about what I'm doing. I feel really good about my angels and my guides and how I'm being used and how I'm able to help you and be there for you. And it's a really good place to be in. It's a really good place to be in, a place you don't have down angry or bitter or filled with hate or rage. The most you can, just continue to keep yourself in high vibrations no matter what's happening around you. Just know that there are no problems, there are no challenges. Everything that happens around us are mere opportunities to prove our greatness. Yes, lemons, cayenne pepper, garlic, yes, that's very good for you. Ormus, for those of you, have you heard of Ormus? That's another good thing. Ormus. There's a lot of holistic remedies that more people are looking into, So, I love water. And it's really neat because it's like we're water. But remember, when you're drinking water, don't be like mad and be on the phone with someone like, damn, that damn bill collector keeps calling me, I'm sick of his ass. And then you drink the water. Guess what you're doing? You're drinking poisons and toxins into your body. Okay, so before you even touch your water, you look at your water. You see what I do when I pick up my water? I be like, y'all love my water? Isn't it beautiful? Now, what did I just do? I just spoke life into me. Did you see that? It's just that simple. Do y'all see this water? Like, this is the best water. It's so, I just love the hell out of this water. It's just so damn sexy with the hell, and you're programming your system. But if you're speaking negativity and before you, just like the metaphor of the rice, be careful because you can speak that damnation into your body. Program your water. How were you programming your water? Are you yes, speak life into your water, your hair, y'all. Let me give y'all a tip on hair. Look, I shave my head bald. I used to wear hair weaves, y'all. Look, I used to wear hair weaves, and skin too. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, skin is water. I used to wear hair weaves like Chris Rock and Good Hair. I used to spend about $1,500 every 6 weeks when I lived in LA on hair. And if I did not have my new hair weave, I would call in to work sick. It became such an illness. And when I came into Chicago, it was the same thing. I was like, I gotta go to his and her hair because that's like where Janet Jackson goes to get her hair in LA, right? But it was an illness. Like, I'm telling you, like, y'all have no idea how huge the hair business is, right? Especially for sisters. But it just got to the point to where my ex, he would not buy me no $1,500 hair. He was like, I'm not doing that, Nubian. And I was like, what the hell? So I called myself being pissed off at him, and I went in the bathroom and I took the damn scissors, y'all, like, and I cut the whole entire hair weave out of my hair and walked out with a bald head on one side. And he just looked at me like, and I was like, my hair. And I went to go stare in the mirror in the bathroom, and I was like, if I can't have my hair weave, and if he's not gonna love me, then I'm just not gonna love myself. So I'm standing there looking pitiful as hell, with my hair just completely bald, like no hair. But then I realized that it was an illness. It was a sickness. Like I was sick. I kid you not, I was sick, y'all. Like it was deep because I also took my daughter, my 16-year-old. She went through the same trauma since she was born. The day she was born, she was on her first job was on crossing Jordan at 2 weeks old. And the director said action, and she started crying. He said cut. She stopped crying. So I managed her. I managed my children in the television industry, right? But then I learned a trick. I learned to put blonde hair weaves, blonde braids into my daughter's hair. And I don't care if there's 50,000 people for a McDonald's commercial or a Taco Bell commercial or, you know, a role on That's So Raven. That's how she became That's So Raven's daughter. By me, you know, braiding blonde hair into her hair, and she always got picked for every role. But what I did was I didn't realize that I was scarring her too. So when it was time for me to take the braids out of her hair, she first of all, she wanted to be the little white girls on Disney. No shade to no white people. I'm just talking about me, you know. So basically it became so bad to where she only wanted white dolls. She only wanted to be white. I didn't realize that I scarred my baby. So I had to go through my house and throw away all the white dolls and ban all the white dolls from the house. No shade to white people. I'm just saying this is just what I had to do for me and my household. And to teach my daughter about her culture, and to teach my daughter about not just her culture, but how to love herself. So, and I know y'all seen the experiments on the little black doll and the little white doll, and how, you know, everybody's pointed at the white doll saying the white doll was better. Well, I traumatized my baby. And I had to realize that what I did and take responsibility for what I did. So basically, I started my daughter, after I cut my hair and my daughter's hair, we were both pretty much traumatized. But when I started their little locks, you know, in their hair, and now my daughters are able to not only know who they are and be very proud of their culture, but for us to be able to walk through, you know, our own neighborhoods around, you know, indigenous folks, and to not only have our own hair, but no hair weaves, and to be my children are like, you know, 16 and 8 with hair all the way down to the, you know, damn near past their butts, you know, with their hair, or not so much past, well, Jordan's hair is, you saw her hair in the front, but her hair behind her is like, what about there? Actually right here. That's where Joy's hair is. And then same thing with Mackenzie's. Their hair is super, super long. And they're very proud of their hair, and they're very proud of their culture. But it took me, you know, teaching them that it was okay to, you know, be natural. And that's what we came through the whole techno psychosis of brainwashing, to where I had to deprogram us, and then even deprogram myself. And realize that even programming myself, I had to unprogram my children too. So for those of you who out there who found yourself having to be programmed, or to deprogram yourself, you know, one of the tips that my ancestors gave me when I first started going on this journey, in my culture, the Native American side of my family, my grandmothers, I never forget, my grandmother's so beautiful. They're like these Indian ladies with just the most beautiful hair. First of all, everybody in my family, especially the ladies, always had very beautiful long hair, very curly hair, or either very curly or straight. And everybody pretty much, you know, was yellow. But their hair was so long and so beautiful. But there was one family trick that I've always seen my grandmothers and great grandmothers and you know, show us in our family, and that was the rain dances and the rainwater. So basically, yes, castor oil works as well, but there's a trick to hair for those of you who are interested in growing your hair, and one of the major tricks for that is rainwater. That was one of the traditions, and is the tradition still in my family. As you can see, even with my daughters, that's how I grew all of our hair. and that is from not just any type of rainwater. It has to be thundering. That's the trick. Because if it's not thundering and thunder and lightning, it has to be thundering and lightning. If it's thundering and lightning, then you put that bowl of water outside and then wash your hair with that. Okay, that's actually rain. If it's not thundering and lightning, you shouldn't be trying to do nothing with that water, because that's not really real rainwater. So even for those of you who are putting your crystals out there and you're charging your crystals, or you're saving specific water, it should always be specifically rainwater with the thundering and lightning. Okay, so I just gave you one of my little family tips on for those of y'all, who are trying to, go back the natural route or grow your hair, or do keep in mind that your hair is antennas. So the best that you can do to keep it as natural as you can, wash your hair in rainwater. That actually helps purify and purge different energies out of your hair as well. So and then also I collect not just rainwater for my hair, but rainwater for my altar as well. But I make sure, thundering and lightning, it charges the hair, it charges your altar, it charges your crystals. You can actually use that, for your specific hand washing modes before you talk to your angels and your guides. I do pour specific drops of my rainwater even when I pour my libations to my ancestors or my twins' ancestors. I don't know what started me pouring libations to my twins' ancestors, but I guess I just started doing it out of respect, since I was told that him and I are family, and I respect what I'm told in the sacred realms. I don't take that lightly. I don't take that for granted. And even though there are things that makes me question it, I still make sure that I'm doing everything in my power to be in a place where I did everything on my part to do right. And then whatever else happens outside of that, I leave the rest up to the ancestors. So that way no one can say, well, Nubian didn't do her part. Nah, you ain't blaming me. But yeah, that's some serious tips y'all I just gave y'all on the hair. And other than that, the skin, you asked about the skin. It's funny because my I was very shocked because my twin skin is just as soft as mine. And my mother talks about that to this day, where she talks about how she when she was pregnant with me, she drank a lot of water. I did the same exact thing with my daughters. When I was pregnant, I drank a lot of water. To this day, I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of water. What keeps my skin the way that it is, because someone asked me to do a skin video, and I ain't doing all that, y'all. I appreciate your gesture, but that's too much. But I'll give you some tips though. Just water and your sugar intake. That's the main thing. Your diet. I don't know what else to tell you. I just think that it's just as simple as that. Occasionally I'll use Indian clay on my face, but then I noticed what it's been doing, because I've never used anything on my face my whole life. I never had to use any mask or any of that stuff on my face. My skin has just always been this way. But I really feel that comes from, just my diet. And especially sugars. Like, I'm not really a sugar person. I like sugars, but at the same time, I stay away from those sugars. And then also there's a patent for sugar as well too. Sugar's a whole nother thing. I'm not going to do a video about that right now. But if I say anything, I'll just say water, y'all. Water, just water. You water, and I use hemp oil. Like if I need lotion on my face, I use hemp oil as my lotion anyways. So I hemp oil. Right now I don't have on any lotion. It's just my skin it just glows like that. I don't use nothing. I tried honey before on my face, but it broke my face out. And it was supposed to be raw honey. So those are just some tips for y'all. And I think that whatever you want to manifest, y'all, it's not even somebody else's tip. You can actually, you're in your own world. You're in your own earth right now. You can speak life into yourself. You know, you're magicians. Y'all know about magic. Y'all, or you should. You cook. That's magic. So if you want to start tapping into specific energies and portals, remember this. You see that picture? Ask your ancestors. They'll start showing you some techniques, things that we never even heard of. All right? But you're all very beautiful. Yeah, you speak life into yourself. For those of you who have acne really, really bad, if your face is all broken out and you have acne or black scars, black, forgot what they call them, black pores on your face, black soap. Okay, black soap will clear that up. Just keep using black soap. That will turn your face like this. Have I ever had any type of acne problem? I've never have. And I never will. Yes, what are your questions about pregnancy? You're welcome, honey. Yes, turmeric is very well. Turmeric is good for everything. Turmeric is a natural antibiotic. So is Clothier silver. Those of you who are on the twin flame path, the twin flame journey, technically you should be in a place anyways where you're already preparing your body for birth and you're not allowing anyone to really breach your portals. Those of you who are on the twin flame path, you may have found yourself already in a position where you're already having conversations. My babies in the other realms they've been speaking to me for years. You look very lovely too, beloved. Thank you. Oh, though that's the question that you had. Okay, so for those of you who have had hysterectomies, those of you who have been told that you will never ever get pregnant again, we are in a new earth, y'all. Your entire organs, everything, you are in the energy right now to where people can grow back. You can grow back your teeth. You can grow back limbs. Don't believe me? Google, YouTube it. Growing back lymph nodes, binary beat. Watch it come up. Growing back teeth, binary beats. Your thoughts can grow back whole entire, organs within your bodies. So we're in that time right now to where you don't have to worry about if you're gonna have a baby or not. If you're a twin and you're on this path, then yes, you're gonna have a baby by your twin. Now, those of you who are in the same sex energetically vibration of that twin path, there are children who are here that are indigo crystals and star seeds whose parents will not make it. You will take on the adoption of those children. So that's how that's going to work for you. See, exactly. You're 46 and growing a tooth now. Absolutely. And we're going to find out more of that as well, too. And then we're also going to find more people who have had who've had limbs amputated. You're going to start finding them growing their limbs back. We're in that energy right now. So it's basically a state of mind, y'all. This is your world. You create it. What do you want to do? Do some DMs focus only on sex and try to avoid emotions and commitment? Some DFs do too. The thing about it is you're going to learn that the more you focus on your DM, the more it's going to torment you. When you let them go, that's when you're going to find yourself at peace. Trust me, honey. I drove myself bananas trying to figure out my twin, and no, I found sanity. I found sanity in focusing on myself. Yes, that will happen. And that's because there are babies that are supposed to come here during certain times. So if you do find that that's the case, with your twins, they may be pregnant by a karmic, but your thing is to focus on yourself and to keep your vibration high And don't focus so much on the other person and what they're doing and why they're not following your path. All you can do, y'all, all you can do is do you and focus on you. And trust me, I promise you, it's so hurtful to I always tell y'all, it hurts like hell to be in love with someone and they don't feel the same way about you and they choose someone else. That is like I almost lost my damn mind trying to figure that out. And I'm telling you, I had to bounce myself back from that. So when I accepted it and I just let it go, then I was in a better place. And now I'm open to relationships now that are outside of my twin flames relationship. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. Yeah, I usually don't check comments. I'm busy talking to y'all. I can't be reading all the comments sometimes. Yes, it does. It does feel like it feels like death. And I think it's just a lesson though, you know, it's part of more of our purging. And that's one of the most devastating things is to be on this journey and your twin chooses someone else. That hurts like hell, y'all. I don't wish that feeling on nobody. It's not cool. But all you can do, you can't do nothing about it. You just put yourself in a position where you just, you know, accept it and let it go. And then just open yourself up to, you know, to meeting someone else. There's someone out there for you. You know, I think the challenge is when we put ourselves in a position where we tell ourselves that our twin is the only one for us on this planet and there's no one else outside of our twin. If your twin decided to go with someone else, then, you know, why can't you go with someone else? You know? Who says that you have to wait on your twin? They didn't wait on you. If they want someone else, then you're gonna wait. There's so many of you, I hear your stories, you've been waiting 20 years, 10 years on your twin. Honey, I can't tell you what to do. I can just tell you, you just have to live. There's many of you who aren't interested in a soulmate. You're not even interested in a twin. You just want to do you. You're probably just where I'm at right now. You know? I mean, I'm fine with where I'm at right now. No, it's not hard, Cheer Bear. It's only hard because you're telling yourself that. That's right. Let it go, let it flow. Yes. You're looking at a soulmate? Well, your soulmate's probably looking at you too. So many of y'all are like surrounded by your soulmates. There's so many soulmates that want to come in to talk to you, but you know, the soulmates are probably afraid to come talk to you because they're like, man, you keep trying to chase your twin. You know, I've been trying to see what's up with you for a minute. You know, what's up? You know, I had a few soulmates, you know, try to talk to me. A few. But that's not what I wanted for myself. You see, I have a lot of stuff that I don't know. It's up to you. Obviously, you keep taking it. That's why your twin keeps doing that. If your twin keeps leaving you for someone else and then still checking in with you from someone else's spot, then I told y'all, I don't matter how many times y'all twin leave, let them go. They're going to be with someone else, but they're going to be thinking about you. I know this. I've been shown this. I've walked the rounds of seeing this. I'm sure. I would not steer y'all wrong, okay? And I found it hard to believe myself until I was actually walked through the rounds. My ancestors actually walked me and showed me. So don't trip at all. You focus on you. Does my extended readings continue from where I left off? Yeah, they start from where I left off and then we go further into the cards and then actually we go deeper. there's always deeper, always more information in the extended, because then we're able to individually pick the cards in and to go further in. What if your twin does spells on you? You're doing spells on your twin too, by the way. The more you think about them, when you think about someone very hard, that's a spell. Yeah, we can always feel our twins. That's right. And when you feel that you're worth much more, then you'll stop allowing yourself to have crumbs. Your twin will apologize to you when you apologize to yourself. You're open to a soulmate. You look almost identical to Nubian. That's beautiful. We are batshit crazy to regular people. Actually, they're not even regular. They're the ones that are batshit crazy. They're just in denial. Happy birthday, Laura. A small guidance in your twin flame union. Go within, honey. It's all the answers that you need are within. They're not without. That's okay if Uncle came in just to snoop. They, you know, you got a high vibration, so it's like a moth to the light. Yeah, I've been having dreams, a few dreams about my twin as well, but I'm sure they're dreaming about you as well. I mean, it's okay to think of him, Melby. I mean, the thing about it is when you think of, you know, when you think of them, even though it hurts, you know, just make sure you focus your thoughts more on positive. Send them love. And yeah, for those of you who's twins, who's ran off to get married, trust me, you'll see. You're fine. Your DM is stalking you. Oh, your twin allows you to cut their hair and no one else? Well, that's a good thing. That sounds like Samson and Delilah to me. Why do you wish I was your neighbor when you're being attacked by entities? That don't mean I'm gonna come over to help. Those are your demons. No. See, that's the thing. You're the reason that it's happening, so that way you can actually stop it yourself. You're in training mode. You shouldn't want to call somebody else for help to stop specific entities or demons around you. You have power yourself to do that yourself. I look like my grandma a lot too. I used to want an apology for my twin, but it doesn't matter no more. I be laughing at y'all when you're saying your twins are under a spell. We're all under a spell, y'all. That's why we're still on this planet. Oh my gosh, I had a dream about my DM that we had the most craziest, wildest sex in public on the streets, and we were like into it so much we started melting into the ground. I was like, what the hell kind of dream is this? What the hell? And him and I both have Scorpio ascendant, and we're both Mars and Scorpio, so y'all already know. That's a whole nother story. That's like some S&M all day. May the best God tap out. Yes, all the extendeds are really great, y'all. It's a lot of information in the extendeds. And trust me, I did try to ask the ancestors a few times to bring down the prices on the extended. They won't let me. They told me to tell y'all this is not Netflix. You did? You may want to start doing some, what is that? Slendal? You may want to start looking at some Bobby Hemmett. That's what you do. You look at Bobby Hemmett. That's your homework assignment. You'll start being afraid of them demons real fast. For those of y'all who are afraid of people putting spells on y'all, I'm trying to keep this as G as I can, but y'all, there is nothing wrong with spells. There's nothing wrong with witchcraft. Y'all all doing it anyways. Y'all just call it something different. So when y'all categorizing different things that happen in your life and you're saying there's witchcraft or spell, your ancestors did witchcraft, your ancestors did spell. Even Wicca, do y'all know what Wicca is? Wicca is supposed to be witches, witchcraft, right? Wicca means that you are balancing your chakras, you're on a holistic diet, you're grounding. That's witchcraft. That's what Wicca is. So if you're doing that, they're saying that you're practicing witchcraft. So just so you know. If you're cooking, that's witchcraft. What's your son's name? Miyoshi. The best way to teach your children to get over fear of the dark is teach your children about their ancestors. Teach them about their ancestors. And they're not only not going to be afraid of the dark, they're not going to be afraid of any more bullies at school either. That's funny, sweet surrender. Yeah, birthday candles is another story. I'm not going to get into that yet, but birthday candles is. You're right. Now watch my bounce back be as cold. Yeah. Spiritual bath, candles, and don't forget about the blood. What did you say? Why I left church? There are witches and don't even know a coven. First of all, the churches are the biggest hangouts for the witches, for y'all who didn't know. Is your child being bullied? Did you ask him? This is why it's important to build a relationship with your children. How does he act? You should know your children's pattern. You should know their behavior. You should know if they're switching, if they're changing up. Teach them about their ancestors. First of all, before you teach them anything, teach them that it's okay to talk to you, to tell you everything. Don't be hitting him. Don't be yelling at him. Don't make him afraid to speak to you. You should know everything about your child. My children and I, we have this thing, like, you know, I be forgetting, like I said, I'm the parent. I play too much, but it's my children and I, we have this thing where every single morning, the first thing we do when we wake up, everybody for some reason comes and meet in my room and we all sit on my bed. And it's always been that way since they were babies, always. And then we'll just have one big family talk and we'll just discuss how we're feeling, what's our day gonna be like, does anyone have any dreams, did you need anything? And we've always built that bond. So they're so used to it now, it just became habitual. But you should have that relationship with your baby, and if you don't have it, then start. Now is a good time to start. Feathers are great. I used to be real afraid of the dark, y'all. I used to get trapped in the closet by a devil looking thing, and then my grandmother taught me the 23rd Psalms, but before she did it, whatever this devil thing was, it would start trying to tie my tongue in a knot so I couldn't speak. And I began to quote the Psalms 91. That's how I learned the Bible, and learned the Bible by heart, because I would have to study it before I went to sleep at night, so whatever this demon was that came to entrap me in my sleep would not get me. And after I start learning these specific scriptures, and Psalms 91 and Psalms 23 is one of the highest protection scriptures, and this is why they even use them in exorcisms. Your pastor probably is a vampire. Aw, thank you, Z-Leap. Matter of fact, I saw your email, but I got so busy I was just telling you, I can't possibly write every word back. Y'all, sometimes I see the emails and it's just like, okay, I got it. And then I have to jump to the next thing. Half the time I'm multitasking. And look at all the projects I'm a part of. It's like, I'm even, looking for specific personal assistance, but I just can't have anyone around me working with the specific type of work that I do. So eventually they'll come. Eventually I'll get the help I need. That's why basically right now, it's a family business. Oh, I can't call you, Cliff. And don't be putting your number out there for everybody to see your number. I can't call you, honey. After I get off of here, I got some projects I have to do myself. For those of you who want to speak with me, that's why we have the website where there are specific consultations and stuff that are set up like that. It's a exchange of energy, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all, I wish y'all could just be a fly on my wall one day. You'll see how busy I am. And then, like I said, it's pretty much a family business that's ran. So it's myself, and, the help I do get is from my children and their children. So maybe one day, a soulmate will come in and help. Why the bewitching hours between 3 and 5 a.m. is because that's when the veils are the thinnest between the earth. Right now, there are no veils at all, but that's the time that your angels and your guides, they like to wake you up, but they may wake you up at a different hour. So that's the most quiet and it's the most stillest. I'm in Chicago. Well, my book is in, it doesn't matter where you're at. My book is on pre-sale right now. You can go to my website on nubianews.net, and there's a pre-sale going on right now. So it says that the book is going to be released in spring, but the book is actually coming out sooner. So for those of you there's already a few of you who've already purchased the pre-sale book, you will actually get the book sooner than the regular population. And I am autographing the books as well. But just for those who have tapped into the pre-sale. Pretty soon, my daughter recommended I monetize autographing my pictures, so those will be out soon too. Specific pictures that will be autographed. Oh my gosh, I have a few tickets already to South Africa, China, Korea. Thanks for the invite. The high pitch ringing in your ears, someone's trying to speak to you. Yeah, Cliff, you're gonna have to go through. I'm like really busy right now, and people are chiming into the High Priest and the High Priestess classic coaching. Those are classes that I have here where I give you the one-on-one personal coaching and the one-on-one personal training. I have been working payment plans out with specific individuals who can't afford the whole entire package, or we have the 1 hour. I have the 1 hour consultations for just regular consultations, or I have the 1 hour, I believe it's 2 hour love consultations as well. But yes, right now the way that my schedule is, honey, I only have energy to exchange for those who come into those specific channels, and then it's like after a while I'm even gonna have to lock that up because I'm still gonna try my best to get the videos out still to you, to each and every one of you, of the monthly readings. But even behind the scene, I still have my personal reading, as well as I have a few clients with the personal, the High Priestess. They're in the High Priestess class of coaching. And the High Priestess class of coaching is very popular right now. So a lot of people are coming into that. And from what I was just sharing with my ancestors, more people are going to be coming into that. And if you look at the price, you'll see the price right now is even cut in half from what it is that they say that it's going to be. So I know it's going to get more heavier than that. So for those of you who can come in, you can work payment arrangements out to come into those classes. And that's when you're specifically, you're basically, I hate to say you're paying me for my time, but actually we're not, it's a reciprocity of energy. But yeah, you technically are, because that's those specific prices that are there have been put in place by my ancestors. And that's what they tell me to charge you, that will allow me to stop everything I'm doing for my day to pay attention to you specifically during those specific hours, to dedicate that hour to you, because you have bought into that time slot for me to, help you with your specific pathway. What should you do when your spirit guides wake you up from your sleep? Get the hell up. I get out of bed, first of all, because if you stay in bed, you're going to fall asleep. Just get up and just walk around and just talk to them and say, what do you want? Why you wake me up? What do you want to do? There are binary beats. Valjit, there's binary beats that you can listen to on YouTube, and you don't have to take no sleeping pills, no drugs, no alcohol. You just play, just type it in, sleep music, or it's 9 hours sleep music, and it puts you to sleep fast. Or rainfalls. That's what I listen to when I have a hard time going to sleep, or I know I want to get up early. I play a rainfall beat, but make sure you don't sleep with your cell phones next to you. If you can, put it on a computer and just play it on a computer overnight. Oh, I just learned about you today too, LD Inventor. You want my book, Mel B? It's go to the website and tap into the pre-sale, hun. Cliff, why is your email there? Whisper the hell back. What do you mean if you hear some whispering and no one's there? If you hear someone go, what are you doing? Say, why? Who the hell wants to know? Who the hell are you? Yes. Yeah, I do love consultations. Um, there's a lot of stuff on the website. There are love readings. There's love consultations. There's one-on-one. The one-on-one High Priestess Classic coaching is to get you in a specific energetic vibration, to do that inner work on yourself, to raise your vibration, because that's the whole point, everyone. That's the reason that someone comes into our life to break our heart, is because that specific person was there because that is who your spirit guides use as a guinea pig, because there was something that you needed to do work on within yourself. So that person came along to trigger the fact that there's work on yourself that needs to be done. So what happens is my ancestors works with your ancestors when you tap into that specific vibration. But first, in order for me to even accept you into the High Priestess or the High Priestess Classic coaching, what happens within the first part of even the first 24 hours, once you make your payment or your initial deposit to come in, I get permission from my ancestors to work with your ancestors. And if they tell me no, that I can't work with you, then you'll receive a refund back. That's only happened twice, I believe. So not everyone's accepted into the High Priestess, just because, we don't accept everybody, even readings. I'm not allowed to read for everyone as well. So, and trust me, we don't need money like that. So I'd be very happy to refund money. If you want to hear what they're saying, then you can ask them what they're saying. If you haven't been sleeping for days, that's fine. We're going through a portal shift. Boy, once you you'll regret it. Oh, thanks, the flowering. Yes, they do work. The sleep beats, those work. Yes, Meditation Mind is an excellent channel. You can go to any of my music. All you gotta do is Google me. I'm the only Nubian divine on the planet. I come up everywhere. iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Spotify, I'm everywhere. Yes, Jason does too. The class for the High Priest Classic Coaching and the High Priestess Classic Coaching is done via Discord. It's done between the phone as well as Discord. But you're tapping into a vibration where you get anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. You're paying for me to stop everything that I'm doing with my day. And as you can tell, I'm involved in a lot. So you get 2 to 4 hours per week with me. And then there are times if you're busy or if something's going on and then you have full access to me during your, it's really 4 weeks of training, but I stretch it to 5. I think one time I had to stretch it till 6 because someone that needed it more. So it goes by discretion. It goes from when my ancestors say so or when your ancestors say so. My ancestors work with your ancestors and they tell me what you need to implement into your class. And then we do, oh my gosh, there's so many things we do. Spirit metaphysics, your reason for being on the planet, why you're here on planet Earth, karmic debts, what you can do to clear those debts, cud cording, chakra balancing, quantum physics applications. There's so much. It's on the website, y'all. Yes, I don't, for those of you who have been reaching out to me to meet me in person for a reading, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't have time to. And even if I did, I wouldn't do it anyways. There's too much technology where we can FaceTime. That would take out too much of my time. My schedule is very, very busy, y'all. And I love the flow of my schedule. I don't want to stop my flow. And then my children have my undivided attention. I'm a mommy first. Yeah, tap into the High Priestess classic coaching, y'all. And then my book with this book, and then there'll be a book tour. And then right now I'm scouting for an agent, manifesting an agent. So that's going to be even bigger. And then, like I said, that's just the book. That's not the music tours. That's not the cryptocurrency. That's not even the tours of the twin flame locations I've been invited to do specific work for the twin flames. Conferences around the place, around the world. So it's getting really heavy, but I mean, I love it. I love it. Thank you very much, Gabor. I think I said your name right. Yeah, I love that song too. What do you do when you hear ringing? Okay, first of all, I want y'all to start getting to the habit of going within. I promise y'all, you start going within, because you know what? One of my biggest things was sitting still. Like, you see, I got a lot of energy, right? I did not know how to sit still. I was like, sit still. What the hell is that? Like, how do you say, I didn't even know what meditation was until I was forced to meditate when they took my ass to jail for false accusations of some shit. Then I was sitting there like, what the hell is meditation? I met my soulmate and he taught me how to meditate, and I meditated my ass right out of jail. So when you want something, you can manifest it. You just got to sit still long enough. Good night. Yes, we're all different vibrations, but we're all tapped into the same frequency. That's where you're at right now. You're on my frequency, as well as I'm on yours. So, and then we're all vibrating harmonically. Those are spiritual letters, spirituality. Thanks, Cherish. You're very pretty too. Ask her what she meant by that. Yes, isn't that cool? The book cover is really cool. I have the Oracle cards for those of you who are part of the Oracle card project. And then also, those of you who are Patreon subscribers, I love each and every one of you. I love my Patreon subscribers too. Each and every one of you who are members and have been supporting me on Patreon. It's just so much, y'all. Look at all the projects. I'm just tapped into so much stuff. I just forget sometimes, but it doesn't mean that I'm not grateful and I don't appreciate you. Once I get an assistant, then I'll be able to have an assistant write down the list. But I actually kind of not. I like not really having an assistant right now because it actually keeps me grounded. As far as when it comes to making your own tribe song, I really feel like we're all in the energy right now to where there is we're all gonna find out that we're either you're from a specific star system or you're not. You are part of the frequency and the vibration or you're not. So I don't think there's no separation. I feel that's what we're gonna start learning, and that's what the whole point of the book Satan and God are Twin Flames, mastermind of the Twin Flame Chronicles is about, for you to know that there's been too much separation for too long between light, dark, good, bad, up, down. You can't have one without the other, because even if you have outside and inside, you still have to go deep within and do what? Balance. Anna, he's not the only one that you kicked in the nuts. You've been hitting people for a while. You have a vibration about yourself where you have to learn to control your temper. If you don't control your temper's going to control you. What's my technique for meditation? I think I shared a little bit of it. That was just getting your phone away from you and turning your phones off and sitting in a quiet, still space with a candle and breathing and have a conversation with yourself. Have a conversation with yourself. It's the same thing with a relationship. Can you have a relationship with someone if you don't learn how to conversate, right? Same thing with yourself. If you're not having a conversation with yourself, then how can you build a relationship with yourself when you're supposed to be getting to know yourself? That's called a premonition, Stephanie. Hello, angel on earth. You guys are funny. Yes, I'm about to tune it in too, y'all. It's getting long now. But thank you for chiming in tonight. Let me end y'all with a message. And get my Botox off here. Hold on. Where's my cords? I'll just use these for now. Yeah, y'all chime in to the High Priestess Classic Coaching. If you want to do it, now's a good time to come in. I was actually getting ready to lock it up just last week. It wasn't last week. It was about 6 days ago. I was just getting ready to completely shut it down. And right when I went to go push the button to shut it down, my ancestor says, don't do it. And I didn't do it. I was like, I just heard him so loud saying, don't do it. And I didn't do it. And 24 hours later, well, not even 24 hours later, 12 hours later, I had 2 people come in on the same day. So, but I do know that they are going to have it to where I am going to have to shut it down. And if not shut it down, there will be a waiting list because it's getting there now. Eventually, there will be a complete halt of it, especially when I start going on tour and going on the road. For those of you who are overseas, I will be touring overseas next year. And I'll let you know where I'm coming to. For those of you who are in China, I know China is one of our major stops, as well as Africa is one of our major stops. Canada's right next door, but we'll talk about that. Wow. Probably have to do some throat chakra meditations. I have the 7 of discs, the 5 of discs, and the 7 of swords here for many of you. So you'll probably find yourself in the energy right now where you're probably going to find a lot of people lying to you. Many of you have already been knowing that people have been lying to you, but I really feel like now you're in the energy to where you're absolutely going to accept the fact that that's absolutely what's been happening. And it's going to trigger you. It's going to trigger you, and it's going to hurt you, and it's going to upset you. And for many of y'all, you're going to absolutely leave people alone because they have been lying to you, and it's been very hurtful. But for many of you, you're going to find out that your twin's been lying to you, and you're going to completely want to cut them off and tell them to go to hell and get the hell away from you. But what you're going to find is that your ancestors and your guides are not going to let you do that. They're not going to let you just cut your twins off like that. Because that's the whole point about this journey, is to love your twin in spite of, because your twin has never experienced a love like yours before. So yeah, it'll be easier to cut the ass off and not, you know, to deal with that, to be upset. But then at the same time, if you cut them off, then you're going to find yourself in a place where you're going to be needing more healing as well, because then you're going to find yourself in a place where you're going to start creating blockages within yourself. So the only thing that you can do is completely recognize that your twin has never met someone like you. They have never experienced a love like yours. They have never experienced agape love. They may speak and talk a good game, but at the same time, if that was the case, your twin would know that you're the ultimate love of their life. And even if your twin may not say it, your twin feels it. They feel it and they know it. And this has every single thing to do with why they run from you. This has every single thing to do with why they are in shock. Like, what the hell? You mean to tell me, like, your twin is like, I can hurt you like that, and I can really diss you and dog you like that, and you can still love me? And yeah, you may get to that place where I know all of us are in that energy right now, because we're here right now to where we're in that season where we're like, I'm not letting nobody treat me like that no more, because our twins were our biggest example to show us, okay, we are not being treated like this no more. But at the same time, right now, so many of us are in the energy to where we're just like, I'm so done with, I'm cool on my twin. I'm never ever speaking to my twin ever again. Trust me, I know. But at the same time too, no matter how much you want to walk away, no matter how much you want to cut them off and never speak to them again, and no matter, even if you find out that they chose someone else over you, or they're gone on to marry someone else, then you wish them well. You wish them well. You wish them the best, and still send them off with love and light, you know, and still bake them a cake on their journey. Here you go, son. Here's your cookies for school. Have a good time while you're gone. But at the same time, you know, just know that there's someone out there for you, y'all. There's someone who's going to love the hell out of you. That's one of the most hardest pills to swallow, is to think that you're going to go on the journey with your twin, and your twin's going to be on this journey with you, only to find yourself in a place where, you know, your twin, you know, chose someone else. And the only thing that you can do is accept it. Accept it. Once you accept it, what you're going to realize is that you've had love around you the whole time. You've had people around you the whole time who have been trying to love you, be there for you. And first, it's like you're going to go through this energy of Tourette's where it's going to be, you're going to be angry and you're going to be like, you're going to be mad, and then you're going to be pissed off, and then you're going to cry. But then what you're going to learn is, right, Alicia, is it was about choosing yourself first. And it was about, you know, you being in a place of allowing. And then when you allow, then you free yourself from constituting an outcome. And that's when you're going to find freedom. And finding that freedom is being in a holistic place where you're accepting that, okay, they're leaving you out in the cold, but at the same time, there's still something within you that still needs healing, even though you may feel that you've done all this inner work within yourself. And like I said, if you're mirroring your twin and your twin's mirroring you, did you not think for 1 second that if your twin goes off to marry someone else or have sex with someone else, did you not think for 1 second that you're not going to also mirror your twin and you're also going to vibrate and have someone come in your direction who's going to give you the same exact energy that your twin is giving to someone else? So whatever energy your twin's giving to someone else, know that all they're doing is creating an energy to come towards you, to love you and to care for you even that much more. And all you have to do once you put yourself in this position to be open to it, then you're going to find like, damn, this ain't bad. Like, are you sure you ain't my twin? It's true. You'll be in a place where, and the person that comes along, they're going to love you and honor you and respect you, and they're going to give you back all that energy. And by then you're going to be in a place where you're going to be like, I don't know if I want my twin like that. Like, you nice and all, you my twin and all, but you know, you pick somebody else over me. And I am nobody's seconds. You know, that's kind of like going back for an extra plate of leftovers and cooking it over and over and over and over again and coming back like, oh, I knew that plate was going to be there. But you ever went back for your leftovers and the leftovers weren't there? Same experience your twin's going to have with you. They going to go back for that plate. You know how you left y'all plates after Thanksgiving dinner in the refrigerator and y'all went for it? And somebody took y'all food or took y'all plate and it was gone? That's what your twin's going to experience when they come back for you. That's what it's going to be like. They're going to be pissed the hell off. So just to give you a visual of what it's going to be like, and they may be in their feelings right now and be like, not me, I'm better than that. Trust me, honey. Trust me. That is going to be the case. And then every single thing that they have done to you, you're going to have that put back in your hand to ask yourself, do I want this for myself? Or do I want to continue to walk into another direction with someone else? And by this time, I don't know. I just know that everything is shifting. Everything has shifted, and you may not want your twin like that. Hello, Tori. Welcome, honey. But the thing about it, y'all, don't feel like your twin is the end all be on the planet. There's so many energies out there who are fine as hell, sexy as hell, and they will sweep you off your feet. It's just that we're the ones that put ourselves in a box and told ourselves that our twin was, you know, the only ones for us. Why you do that to yourself? Your twin's 20 years younger than me? Yeah. Y'all mentioned it too. Look, I got like a few people that's 20 years younger than me trying to talk, and I'm like, that's kind of robbing the cradle. At this point, I'm like, age is just a number. Shoot. Well, speak it. Speak it. You can create what it is that you don't, Did you say, first of all, that's the thing that you should be keeping in mind on this journey too. Did you say to yourself what you wanted your twin to be like? What do you want your next partner to be like? Do you want them to love you and to respect you and to honor you, to be there for you, to take you out on dates, to tuck you in? Speak it. Create it. Cast a spell. How do you cast a spell? Write it down on a piece of paper. It's called spelling. Those of you who are afraid of witchcraft, you've been doing it the whole time, spelling. Speak it into existence. How do you want him to be? You want him to be loyal? Say he's going to be loyal. He's going to love the hell out of me. He's going to honor me. He's going to respect me. He's not going to choose anyone else over me. He's going to call me at night if he has to stay out late. He's going to wake me up to something poked in my back. Or she, who knows? I don't know what the hell y'all into. If it didn't happen, why would you burn the paper? You can sit it out in the moon though. But y'all, this is like, look at card. Wait. Right when I said that, this popped up. It's a sign. What do you want your next lover to be like? I've described mine. And I've absolutely manifested mine. I said, I want my lover to have an energetic vibration of a currency, something that has a very neat vibration and that loves the hell out of me. And I created cryptocurrency. Oracle. And then I began to speak what it is that I wanted and found myself manifesting my North Node. And so, I don't know. I think relationships are great, but I'm more or less focused on trying to balance and ground the relationship with myself. And if I meet someone on this path that, you know, is a vibrational match, then, you know, we can talk. If I have time. That's if I feel like it, you see? I don't know. That's if I feel guided to do that. But right now, it's gonna take one hell of a, you're gonna have to come with one hell of a show to get my attention right about now. That's what you want from who? Moesha? To hear what? Oh, yeah, you're speaking that. Yeah, speaking into existence. Yeah, Oracle. Who's Puda? What is that? Me? My name's not Puda. Nice try. No, you may want to keep your ass on right about now because you don't need to sit down around me with that. Y'all funny. Anyways, I gave y'all the message and we started getting into something else. So I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna lock this video, y'all, because it's long as hell. And what y'all don't understand is that there are specific videos that I put up, if you'll notice, when I do the lives, and then I'll end up locking them afterwards. The reason that I lock these specific videos afterwards is because I give out a lot of energies in these videos, just sitting here chatting to you or talking to you or reading. There's a lot of energy that comes out in these videos. So even when we're not on the air, people are still watching the videos afterwards. And if you haven't noticed, the videos are getting anywhere between 5 to 6 to 11,000 views per day now. So I feel it in my energy, and videos like this, I have to lock it to preserve my energy because I have so much other stuff to do. So if you're able to catch the live, that's good. But if not, then you'll have to wait to catch the next one. But this one right here, I will be locking it because it was too long. But I appreciate each and every one of you for sticking around. Thank you, honeys. Y'all funny. All right, I'm gonna go now. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. Y'all want to hear my flow before I go? I love it. Why not? If I see the words. I don't even know the words by heart. I'm like, where the hell is it? There it is. Oh, there it is. I don't know the words. I will. I'll learn them. And when I go to the studio, I'll take y'all with me. So I'll put this down, y'all. No matter what I did, you missed it. That's why once was blind, but now I get it. Bounce back, still your show. I know my next level up gon' haunt ya. I'm in my zone now, I don't want ya. All the pain unheld inside. Now I'm gon' monetize your pride. Oh boy, run to your regret. That's right. Remember when I said it? Oh boy, want to you'll regret it. That's right. Remember when I said it? All of my efforts you dismiss them, and I know your ego side sold you subliminals. Your stage boy, have your show as I applaud your clown and roll. No matter what I did, you